Does everything look okay in my background? Does everything look okay in my background? Is everything okay in my background? Okay, so nothing looks... My wife did a bunch of stuff behind me and I'm not sure. Does it look like a mess? You're not answering the question, please. Okay, all right, thanks. Bye.
Hey, my name is Brian, that is Shane, and this is the Popcast. Welcome to the show. Welcome, Shane. How you doing, buddy?
Thank you. Yes, I wish I had a mute button here on my mic. Although I do miss the days of our production meetings. Everybody loved our production meetings when we used to do the pickle party, a couple of years ago during the Orville. So maybe we need to bring that back and chat a little bit while the countdown's going on. What do you think?
I'm good.
Yeah. All right.
I don't want to do that.
Well, how are you doing? I know we didn't get much sleep last night.
We did not, my friend. We did not. So what were we doing? We were recording late into the wee hours of the evening, recording our latest script for next week. And then Shane had to drive home, which is like a 12-hour trip or something. I don't know. It's a long way away.
12 hours. Dang. Yeah, that would be crazy. I wouldn't do it.
No, it's like 4 hours, right? Or something like that.
I got home about 5 a.m. I got home and in bed about 5 a.m. And so we were supposed to do the show at 10, which obviously we couldn't do because I need some sleep. Brian doesn't need any sleep, but I need some sleep.
Right. I needed sleep because I went to sleep probably around 3 a.m, but I had to be up at like 7:30.
Right. Yeah, you had to be up at 7. So we got about the same amount of sleep, I think.
Right.
Because I ended up getting woken up by the dogs at 8:30. So I was like 3.5 hours. And then I went back to sleep for like another hour, woke up groggy. So I'm here. That's all I can say. I don't feel as good as I do normally, but we'll have to reevaluate our Thursdays.
Yeah, we're here though, man.
We are here, and we got a fun show today to talk to everyone about.
We have all kinds of stuff. Yeah. You want to break it down? Break it down. I'll break it down.
You always keep it interesting.
Yeah, boy.
Let's see. Today's show, we are going to be talking about AMC popcorn. Going to be happy at the mall. What?
So weird. It's so weird to me. That whole story is weird. Like, why? Who cares?
Well, I'll tell you, I think why, and then I'm going to tell you why. It's just another typical AMC move. The Rust Armorer suggests, or at least her lawyer does, suggests sabotage may be the reason a live round was used. And also another person who worked on Rust was bit by a brown recluse spider and like is in danger of their arm being amputated. Totally weird. Could there be like a curse, a Rust curse, Brian?
It's called the curse of incompetence.
Yeah. Yes. Well, the brown recluse thing is an incompetence, so that's kind of weird. But yeah. Joe Biden breaks wind at COP26. I was surprised to see this article pop up in there, but that sounds like fun. Apparently, the vice president can't stop talking about it. Let's see. The Jason Momoa, Dave Bautista buddy cop movie is getting traction. There is a motivation here to do this movie that is not typically seen. And Dave Bautista, I have got some weird feelings about this guy. We're going to talk more about it in another story coming up. We're going to do our little Red Notice review since now both of us have seen Red Notice.
Yeah, boy.
Right. And then we've got CherryTree as our special guest today. And
CherryTree,
makers of gorgeous computer cases, right?
Yeah. Hopefully my new computer.
That's right.
If I have my way, I want to get one of those things.
Yeah. And then, of course, we're going to talk today also about Vin Diesel and the Rock. Their beef continues, and it actually has gotten to a whole nother level. Vin Diesel is begging for the Rock to come back in his own weird way. We got Ghostbusters Afterlife, the final trailer. We get more OG Ghostbusters in the trailer. Matrix 4 is going to have a lighter tone, maybe a little comedic, according to the new Morpheus.
I feel like we already talked about that. Didn't we already talk about that? No.
It's funny. You put it in something, but we actually have not talked. We talked about last week we talked about that Lawrence Fishburne was going to be back.
Yeah. With yeah, that's right. Hugo. Weaving.
With Hugo Weaving. But and also we're going to talk about how Dave Bautista is a tool, and Doom. So we're going to talk about Dave Bautista twice today. It's kind of irritating me.
Sweet.
And finally, Spider-Man No Way From Home is going to be dark and sad, according to Tom Holland.
Interesting. Okay, man.
You look like a train wreck right now, man. Give me some. Let's look like you ate a ghost pepper real quick. Come on, ghost pepper me up. Let's go.
What?
You look like Rocky at the end of Rocky 2 right now, like you just got beat up.
Adrian. Oh, listen, I'm tired and I'm trying to like organize all of our articles here. There's so many articles. It's crazy.
I know it's really no different than ordinary, but it feels like so much more because today's a tough day.
Yes. Okay.
I want to say thank you to all of our members out there who are here now. And if you haven't had a chance, please give us a thumbs up on this video so we can get this thing going and try to get the live show popping to more people. We know we got a lot of fans out there, but the more thumbs up we get early on, the more YouTube serves it. So thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you're here, please do so because we're trying to get to 1,000 so we can get to that magic.
Yeah, that magic place where we have to now worry about all those yellow check marks.
Right now we don't really have to worry about anything. So
then we're like, whatever.
It's kind of nice.
Who cares? If we get yellow
Who cares?
No big deal. Okay, man. So, I would love to start off with the AMC popcorn thing, but first, but first, if you haven't seen our latest video, then you need to go check it out. It's about the Stargate AI project. And during the creation of that video, and then what happened afterwards, we actually learned a lot of new stuff that we can't wait to share with you next week. So go watch that video. Okay? And if you're not a subscriber and you're watching this for some reason, hit the subscribe button and come. And I know a lot of you guys watch after the fact. So it'll be a live show. But then you guys will see this, maybe a week from now or 2 days from now, the next day. Try to come join us on a Friday. That way you can speak to us in the chat and really interact. That's a thought.
That's a good pitch, man. We need to do it. Let's get you guys out there. I know it's tough, man. We're never ever going to do a Thursday night late session again and have a show the next morning. It's too tough.
Loved it.
But we did. It was kind of fun last night. Now we're going to talk about it a little bit more, but the video we have coming out next week is going to be great. It's going to be for Stargate fans again, and I think they're really going to like it.
Cool.
New news, new information.
That said, let's talk about AMC Theaters and the fact that they're going to start selling their popcorn and candies and basically all their concessions in a little kiosk in random shopping malls like it's 1985. Shane, what?
There's a reason why. Look, if you're invested into AMC stock, and my God, who these days didn't get in some AMC stock during the craziness of the last year?
I got AMC stock.
Well, there you go. Yeah. So I don't want to.
I did it wrong. I bought really high and sold really low, and then bought really high again because I believe in.
That's not good. That's not good.
To the moon.
Listen, I don't want to offend anybody, but there is a reason why AMC stock was just a gutter tramp for so long before. It was just on this steady decline into hell for years and years.
Well, to be fair, there was a lot of weird pump and dump stuff going on, and
no, only towards the end. Only towards the end. No. I'm talking about for 5 years prior to COVID, AMC was a declining stock. So I went into this a lot. And this move right here, the reason why I'm even bringing it up is because this move is just like verification of why they are a horribly run company.
Right.
And listen, let me tell you, I go to AMC to watch my movies. So I do. I go to an AMC theater. That's where I go watch them all. It's a great experience.
I go there now because I get free popcorn as a shareholder.
Oh, well, that's cool. Do you really?
Yeah. You get free popcorn if you have AMC stock.
You got to be kidding me. Really?
Yep.
Oh, another reason they're losing money. All right. So, I mean, come on. The thing they make money on is the popcorn. I mean, when was the last time you've been to the theater? It literally costs like $1,000 to go to take your family to the theater. And it's not because the tickets are nothing. Like literally for me to take my 5 kids and me and my wife to the theater, it is no problem dropping $100 on a popcorn, a drink, and a candy for 7 people. No joke.
So you know what? A good business decision is to take all that overpriced food and candy and make an entire separate business out of that, where people will buy it not because they're held hostage by the fact that they're there at a movie and can't bring their own food in, but because they actually love it that much.
Yeah, dude, it's 100% not true. So I don't know where these guys are getting their advice from. But the fact that they're going to now use this money that AMC investors have pumped into them, which, billions of dollars to their credit, they have all this money now. All they have to do is do a share buyback and collect lots of cash.
Right.
And now they're going to go and open up little kiosks and stores in malls across America because they think that people want to just eat popcorn all the time. I mean,
my question is, are there still malls?
Yeah, there are still malls. Yeah,
I have not seen a mall since I was in my 20s.
There are 2 malls here. Well, you got Main Place Mall.
Oh, yeah, that is a mall. Oh, that's a sad mall, though.
Well, they're all sad malls now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Never mind. Wait, let me retract that. I do know of malls, but they're so sad now that they don't remind you of malls anymore. It just reminds you of like groupings of sad retailers.
Yes. Yeah. It's like the sad clown in the corner.
Oh my God. I remember I did go to the Main Place recently, and there was a movie theater there once that was right on top of the food court. And they play like 2 movies or something, right?
Right.
My old boss used to own that place, and it was picked up by like Regal, then by Cinemark. And I went to go see. My wife is like getting stuff and returning stuff. I'm like, let's see what movies they're playing, dude. They're playing movies from like 2018, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, and half the food places were closed up, like literally boarded up, like it was like a zombie apocalypse. And the other ones had like, there was like 3 people in the entire giant food court. It was so pathetic, dude.
Wow, that is sad. Yeah, it's different times. We're coming out of COVID. It's going to be a totally different scenario. And it seems like AMC is tone deaf. So let's just talk about what their plan is here. So AMC Theaters, the nation's biggest movie theater chain, is expanding its business outside of the traditional theatrical exhibition industry. Who the hell writes this stuff? The traditional theatrical exhibition industry.
Variety.
Rebecca Rubin for Variety. Come on, dog. I mean, just say it's the movie theater industry.
It's so wait. Can you hey, back up?
Sorry, I'm like, what?
Back up, and we need to copy that so that we can put it on our next video, because instead of calling it the film industry or movie theaters, that's going to be the new term for it.
The traditional theatrical exhibition industry.
Jesus.
Come on, dog. And it plans to sell its popcorn in shopping malls across the country. AMC is also preparing to partner with home delivery services in 2022 to allow customers to order from a nearby AMC location. So they're gonna spend this money to open the stores, and then hope people will order the popcorn instead of grab the Orville Redenbacher movie popcorn from their cabinet and throw it in the microwave. They're gonna pay Uber or
Postmates. Here's the deal. Yeah. I totally 1000% disagree with opening up kiosks in malls or whatever. That's stupid. But opening up your food services and concessions to the Uber Eats, Postmates, DoorDash, whatever, is brilliant.
It's not. I mean,
let me tell you why.
Tell me.
It doesn't cost them anything, dude.
That's not true.
What does it cost them?
They have to. Well, okay, you're saying it doesn't cost them anything to have it delivered.
Yeah, it doesn't. To sign up for these companies as a restaurant, it doesn't cost them anything. Right now, there are pop-up restaurants all over the place that are basically existing as ghost restaurants.
Well,
Like
yeah, I guess,
Mr.
yeah,
Beast, Mr. Beast, Mariah's Cookies, um,
right.
Kevin's
But
taquitos.
right.
They open up in like one abandoned Taco Bell, and that's the address. But on Uber Eats and all that, they're individual restaurants.
They're not even opening up in abandoned Taco Bells. They're basically opening up in other current
Right. Yeah,
restaurants
they're called ghost
and
kitchens.
taking a piece of it. Right now, this is not what AMC is doing. AMC is building infrastructure in malls.
Right. What I said was I disagree with the whole
Yeah,
kiosk mall thing.
but yeah, but okay, I see.
But opening up your existing locations to the delivering companies is genius, because there's plenty of idiots out there. They're gonna be like, we're gonna watch the new Disney movie or whatever, and we want some popcorn and candy. Hell,
Yeah,
look at
okay.
AMC's right there. All right,
No,
cool.
okay, yes. Now I agree. If they're going to have it where you go to the movie theater, which these drivers are going to hate, if they make it so they can go to the, find. Can you imagine finding parking on a tough Friday night when you're an Uber driver, right? Trying to go in and grab a bucket of popcorn for somebody.
Oh, I know. But the thing is, like, they're
I don't
gonna
think
grab
that's
like
funny.
4 buckets of popcorn. Not, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right.
If
Dude,
they're
my
doing
wife
that,
was like, "Hey, how do you feel about me quitting my job and doing Uber Eats?" I'm like, "Listen, babe, you can do that, but within 2 days, you will quit that job."
you're going to hate it.
And she's
Yeah.
like, "Why?" I'm like, "Think about it. You don't like going to fast food places and parking and waiting. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Literally, you go to restaurants, you park, you wait for food. Go to another restaurant, park, wait for food. It's a nightmare. The drivers out there for Postmates and DoorDash are heroes.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. For the people.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Well, I think that, if they're going to let people go to the current theaters and they're not building new infrastructure, then this is a great idea.
Yeah.
Sure. Add it to Postmates, add it to these things. That's fantastic. But I'm not sure that's what they're saying here. It sounds like what they're saying here is they're opening up these retail stores in the malls and coinciding that with being able to pick up food from these retail stores.
It's so
So if
dumb.
that's what they're doing, then that to me makes no sense.
Yeah, what they say here is that AMC says the company's expansion into the sale of popcorn on a retail basis outside of theaters is a natural extension of AMC's core business.
That's not true.
No, it's
That's
not.
weird.
It's
Look,
not.
they got
It's not at all.
so many people selling popcorn. It's weird. Like if you want to sell it in the stores, if you want to sell AMC popcorn and put it in a packaging so that people can do it, or the Popcornopolis people, those people who sell like the custom weird different popcorn.
Yeah. And they have
this sells regular popcorn, bro.
Yeah, they have the Popcornopolis at like 7-Eleven. Oh, you know what else is at a 7-Eleven, you guys? The Coca-Cola Freestyle. AMC's talking about how awesome their Coca-Cola Freestyle machines are. Okay.
Yeah.
These aren't proprietary to AMC, you guys. Okay.
No, they're not. You can go to Five Guys and get them. I've seen them there.
Yeah, it's at Five Guys.
Places. Yeah.
Yes, they have them at Wingstop. They have them at, like I said, multiple 7-Elevens. These are very common machines now. I mean, this isn't an AMC. Our popcorn and our famous Coca-Cola Freestyle. Get out of here. Nothing is famous about it.
This is very interesting. Listen to this. It says here, the global popcorn market is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Yes, because it costs so much to buy at the theater. One that experts expect to grow significantly in the coming years. It is estimated to reach $2.64 billion by 2028, according to a report conducted by Million Insights, paid for by people who make popcorn. AMC says the company's expanding the sale of popcorn on a retail basis outside of theaters, like you said, is a natural extension. Somebody made up these numbers. This is absolutely, I feel like they're getting raked over the coals here. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe everybody is just, I got to have popcorn all the time. But I don't know why you create such a big footprint. Maybe you make it so that you have a kiosk outside of AMC's where people can come up and get popcorn and they don't have to go into the theater or something. I don't know.
I'll tell you this though. I did this trunk or treat community outreach, thing for like this neighborhood I'm near for Halloween, and I made popcorn, and I made popcorn in a popcorn machine, And I made like, I don't know, 50 bags, like giant pillowcase sized bags of popcorn. Guess what it cost me, Shane?
Wow.
It cost me $30. I made enough popcorn to feed an entire neighborhood.
Yeah.
For $30. I don't know how it can be a $1 billion industry when the cost to make popcorn at home is literally pennies.
It's
literally.
$1 billion industry because of how much you pay for it at the theater. It's like, I get like theater popcorn is arguably very good, but they have figured a way to replicate that. I mean, I'm telling you, the Orville Redenbacher stuff, and we don't get paid by Orville Redenbacher, but their popcorn pretty much tastes like AMC popcorn to me. And I make it at home and put the little butter stuff on top.
Yeah. Well, what I do is, that's a good idea. I just clarify butter because that's what they use, clarified butter. I clarify butter all the time. And I take some of that clarified butter and I throw it in a pan with some popcorn and I mix it up until it pops and that's it. But here's the deal. We're going to stop talking about popcorn because, boy, this is the long topic. Let us know what you guys think about this ridiculous nonsense.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know.
Hey, you're going to jump on that Uber Eats and spend like $40 in concessions when you're watching that next HBO Max movie?
Thank you. So, how much is it going to cost you to get a bucket of popcorn sent to your house? Is it going to be hot by the time it gets there? I mean, there's so many things about this that doesn't make any sense. Are you really going to buy candy?
Yeah, and here's the deal. You can jump on Uber Eats and you can order from CVS right now. And you can get, 89-cent candies. And the actually reasonable price, correct price candy and stuff, you can get from Uber Eats as well without hitting up the AMC where that same exact candy bar is instead of 89 cents, it's $14. Like,
Right.
Makes no sense. It makes no sense. No sense at all.
Hey, but the stock's up, so woo.
Yeah. You're right. It is.
All right.
I don't care because they keep baiting me.
Who does?
And, the stock keeps baiting me.
No, I'm never buying AMC stock.
Well, I did buy AMC. And then, so I bought it at like $11 and I sold it at like $47. And then when it dropped down to $20 or $22, whatever, I bought it again and I'm holding it. So,
yeah, I made a little bit of money off it during that whole thing. But anybody who's holding AMC long, I mean, this is just, guys, it's just dumb. I mean, we're going to give you our stock tip in the member section later on in the show for today, for this week. But AMC is not going to be it. Let me just tell you.
No, actually, we want you to invest in a new coin. It's called Vapor Coin.
Vapor Coin? What's that?
It's called Ponzi Coin.
Ponzi, the Ponzi scheme, yeah.
All right, let's check out chat real quick. Evening, Kenneth. What's up, Chrissy Green? Cool. We are talking about another update to the Rust thing. Oh my god. Apparently,
yeah, it's weird.
Rust Armorer's attorney suggests sabotage may have led to a fatal on-set shooting.
Yes, yeah.
God, dude.
No, well, it's interesting because this actually does give us a whole new light to this whole situation. I mean, it does feel, and we have another story here that was given to us by Atheists for the Cause, sent it over on Discord. We really appreciate that. If you guys see articles that you want us to talk about, please send it over. So we're going to talk about that too, because I'm starting to feel like there's some sort of curse around this. I mean, just the fact that this happened at all, and just it's the thing that seems to not want to go away. But according to an attorney for the armor on the movie set Rust, where Alec Baldwin fatally shot a cinematographer, said recently that he believes someone might have been trying to sabotage the set by putting a live round in a box of dummy ammunition. So that's kind of the new thing. He's, of course, trying to protect armorer Hannah Gutierrez Reed, and he did so by talking on NBC's Today Show. According to him, he said there was a box of dummy rounds labeled dummy, and we don't know whether the live round came from that box. We're assuming somebody put the live round in that box. Now, Brian, what I remember hearing originally from this was that the members of the crew had been taking turns shooting the guns nearby while they weren't, using live rounds to shoot the weapons. That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's what they said. That's
That's
what
what they said,
that was reported, that between takes and in downtime they would take the set guns and go shoot bottles and
right,
crap
with live rounds.
Yeah, which is it's so incredibly irresponsible.
Right, it really is. And so I just find this interesting now that he's saying that they think somebody put the. So I mean, could it just be that somebody didn't unload the gun, which would be her fault? And so I see why he's arguing this. He also goes on to say that she had more than one job on the set, and she felt like she had too many things to do to take care of properly being an armorer, I guess. Which is strange. It didn't seem like she had a lot of things going on, but apparently she had extra things to do. I mean, they need to have some sort of defense for her, because I mean, it was her responsibility to make sure the gun was didn't have a live round, right? So potentially she could be going to jail.
Yeah, I do not see how it's a lot of responsibility to drop that barrel open and do a visual scan of the the 6 or 7 bullets that are in that revolver and know that they're hot or cold, because the blank bullets look totally different. The blank rounds look completely different than live rounds. But instead, I think that at one point she checked it, but when it came to the actual shot, she just figured it was still the same as the day before and handed it off, which is irresponsible. And it takes, less than a minute to flip that barrel open and literally scan the 7+1 bullets in there and just make sure you're good.
Right.
Blank rounds. I'm sorry. Blank rounds have there's a bright ring of color along the outside of the blank round. Now, it could be red or green. It depends on the company and the manufacturer, but it's really obvious. Live rounds, don't have that. And also, live rounds are also that long or whatever. It depends on the caliber. And the blank rounds are little nubbins. Like, I don't know. It would have taken less than a minute to make sure that gun was not hot.
That's true, but Mike Tristano, who has supervised firearms on film sets for more than 30 years, said that the responsibility lies with the armorer to ensure the safety of guns and ammunition on set. The buck always stops with the armorer, he said. So, I don't know what they're trying to pass this off. I mean, there were a lot of problems on the set. Obviously, there was a walk-off. The attorney's trying to say that perhaps one of those people who left the set, he definitely makes this assumption that maybe one of the people who were upset leaving the set wanted to sabotage it and left the live round with the dummies on purpose.
Sounds like a dick move, if that's the case. I mean, I don't have another word for it. Like what you think that, like, oh yeah, I'm mad because I have to leave the set. I hope someone gets shot at or shot, but like, oh, someone died because you didn't like the fact that you had to drive 40 miles. I mean, if that's the case, if someone died because someone was mad that they had to drive 45 minutes away to stay at their hotel. Entitlement, apathy, embarrassing. The whole thing is just embarrassing and unfortunate.
Yeah, anything's possible, but I mean, it obviously is probably just what it is. Lack of attention to detail and just somebody not taking responsibility for it. On top of that happening, though, very strange thing occurred here when a Rust crew member was hospitalized trying to save his arm from amputation after a brown recluse bit him.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It says here, according to his GoFundMe page, Rust crew member Jason Miller has experienced necrosis of his arm and sepsis after he was bit by a brown recluse spider on set. So he was bit while on set in New Mexico.
Wow, I thought brown recluses were like they had like specific areas they were from.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is pack up a box and move.
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Place else. So yeah, they typically were. When I was in Indianapolis back in the early 90s, there was a huge brown recluse problem, and I thought it was kind of a northeast thing. But yeah, so New Mexico down in the south, they're there as well, apparently.
Yeah. That's like the brown recluse is the scariest thing because you're like, there's bugs. If you really, I don't want to freak me out if you're, if you're afraid of bugs, but there are just bugs everywhere, dude. It's ridiculous. And the reason why the way I get through my day is just ignoring the fact that I know that there are bugs everywhere, right?
Right.
That there are spiders on those ceilings and little bugs all over my house and in my yard. I just like don't think about them. But every once in a while, the brown recluse idea comes up, and I'm like, God, that freaking spider that you saw crawling along the ceiling at 2:00 in the morning, you were too tired to deal with.
Yeah.
What was that? What kind of spider was that? Was that one of the spiders that can kill you? Because most spiders can't kill you, but there's a couple spiders that can just kill you, and you're like,
well, the good news, we can put everybody's mind to rest. The good news is a brown recluse's hide. So typically bites come when you reach inside of a box in the dark or reach into a corner where it's at.
Damn it, Shane. Now I can never reach into a drawer again without fully opening the drawer.
I don't think California has a big brown recluse problem, but I will say that that's how it happens. So like if you're just laying in bed, one's not going to run up and bite you like Spider-Man, or
hey, what's up, dude? Hey. Yeah, you're going to die later.
Oh, it says here that it will be a very long road to recovery for Jason if the medical team at Albuquerque Loveless is able to save his arm. They added, if under worse conditions he loses his arm, this is a life-changing and devastating event for Jason and his family. And of course, when you get a brown recluse bite, it just starts to deteriorate destroys essentially your skin cells and everything else, and slowly spreads. So you want to get that treated right away. So a lot of people have been bit. Most people don't lose a limb, but I don't know if he let it go too long or what happened, but
yeah. Side note about letting it go too long. I've been watching the Dr. Pimple Popper show.
What?
You know that show, Dr. Pimple Popper?
No, I never heard of it.
Wow.
So we'll explain what it is.
There's a show called Dr. Pimple Popper. It's ridiculously popular, right?
Okay.
And basically, it's this very charming, attractive, charismatic dermatologist who gets rid of growths, cysts and pimples and tumor and whatever stuff that grow in your body, right?
Right.
And this show is about the most hardcore cases, and it's very hard to watch. But basically, people will go in there with like a subdermal cyst that started growing on their forehead.
Wait. I'm sorry. Is this like a show people watch? Like they
watch? Oh yeah. People watch it. It's so popular. There's like 3 spinoffs. It is.
Why do people like to watch medical things happen to people, like cutting open other people?
Yeah, here's the deal. I was fascinated for like 4 episodes, and I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. This is not working because it got progressively worse. So basically, someone like 6 years ago, they get a pimple or a cyst, and it starts to grow, but they just don't worry about it. And fast forward 7 to 10 years, and it's like the size of a basketball, like on their head. They're like, "Yeah, doc, I really need to get this taken care of. I know, doc."
Oh, it's disgusting.
And I don't want to make fun of these people, but like, here's it: the entire, almost every case, I would say 9 out of 10 cases, I'm like, "Yo, why didn't you go to the doctor immediately, or within a month, or how about within a year? How do you let something grow on your face or your back or your buttocks or your leg? I don't care. How do you let it grow for like a decade and then eventually get around to going to this famous doctor
on TV,
and she's got to pull like the size of a baby out of your face?"
And people want to see this. Is that right?
And like their family are always like, "Oh, he's like a new man. I'm so proud of him." I'm like, you shouldn't be proud of him, because it took him 13 years to go get what looks like a unicorn horn taken off of his left eye. Like, you shouldn't be proud of someone for procrastinating for nearly 20 years about something that could be potentially life-threatening.
I mean, people are terrified to go to the doctor, man. What I find interesting is that if you're so terrified to go to the doctor that you finally decide to go while you're being filmed on TV, that seems weird. It's almost like they're motivated by being a star, maybe? Do you think it's like there's this like famous motivation?
Some of these people are really, really like, they're like in their 60s and stuff. Like they don't care about that, obviously.
Interesting. Well, maybe they don't realize they're being filmed. I was going to say, is it the Jerry Springer?
No, they know they're being filmed. I think they're trying to get it for, like, because they're being filmed, they get it for free. So.
Oh, I see. Well, that might be a good reason.
Here's another thing to like.
Maybe they couldn't afford to do anything.
I can understand not wanting to go to a doctor, right? So, you know, and I'm in no way am I saying this is the right way to do it. But in the past, if I had a skin tag or something that bothered me and I didn't want to go to the doctor, snip, snip. Problem solved.
What?
Yeah,
Yourself?
take a razor blade to that sucker. I've snipped something
All
off.
right, now you're even grossing me out even more.
I'm not saying to do that, but like I've gotten skin tags or pimples, and I just sort of take care of them. You know, I don't see how you can possibly let it go to the point where it's like, I'm telling you, this one guy had a growth on his head that was so crazy, Shane. The growth had folded over.
Okay.
And was covering his eyes and his nose, and he would have to lift up the growth to breathe. Yo, dog. You're like, what?
Okay.
Yo,
this
like,
stuff, yeah.
Yo, how do you let it go that long, man?
You know, they must be looking for people. I don't know. What topic are we talking about again? Was it brown recluse spiders?
Yeah, because that guy, like, if you get bit by it, like, it shouldn't be fatal if you get it taken care of. Right?
Yeah.
So that guy is having all these problems. He might have waited too long.
He probably waited too long, and now he may lose his arm. But you can't wait very long. I mean, more than a week, I think, is long enough for it to be irreversible.
Yeah, listen, guys, spider bites, snake bites, or people bites, get them checked out.
Oh, you know what the rule is with a spider bite? So if you get a spider bite, just take a pen and circle like where you're swollen around the bite. If it starts to expand past where you drew your marker or your pen, go to the doctor.
If it gets more red outside the lines, or
if it goes outside your lines, go to the doctor.
That's actually a good idea for most, you know, dermatologic skin problems.
Yeah, what you said. Yeah.
Okay, guys, enough of this gross talk. Let's talk about
something grosser.
Yeah, I didn't realize our next topic is shocked. Kamala Harris hasn't stopped talking about hearing.
It's not Harris. It's not Kamala Harris.
It says shocked Camilla.
Yes, it's not Harris, though. I just realized. I know we talked about it. It's actually the royal family, Camilla.
Shocked Camilla hasn't stopped talking about hearing Joe Biden break wind. So Joe Biden apparently, this is what she said. It was so loud and so long, it was impossible to ignore.
Yeah, now this is a source saying this. Now, this did not come directly from her. So this was reported, just to be clear, it was reported by the Mail on Sunday, which is a European publication.
Okay.
It was long and loud and impossible to ignore. That's exactly. And it says it came from, the source says that Camilla hasn't stopped talking about it. Now, I guess the Clarence House, which is what they've declined to comment about it. But apparently what happened was let's see here. I love how they write this article. Boris Johnson may have hailed Joe Biden as a big breath of fresh air, but it appears the events of the COP26 climate conference in Glasgow may have given the Duchess of Cornwall on some levels grounds to disagree. Mm-hmm. Apparently what happened here is that I'm totally losing the place here.
I love this image. Hey, man, I just farted. You like that, man? Yeah. What's going on?
I lost the place. But anyways, apparently it was apparently loud enough so that they could not be ignored. So
imagine like all of his aides are trying to ignore it like it didn't happen. It's like,
yeah.
Numbers like, what? I didn't hear anything.
Well, and on Twitter, I guess it was they're calling it Fartgate. So, you know, it is an unverified claim, but people have just, of course, decided to go all the way on it, especially since they're doing a climate accord. So it's for a climate accord, and of course, you know, gas. So it's just
right.
Perfect.
Yeah, he just dumped like a metric ton of methane into the air. You know what's funny is I didn't realize that I missed like the stupid presidential stories, because for a long time, for the last like 5 years, every politician story, I mean, still to this day, it's still happening, but it looks like it's starting to alleviate a little bit. It's not all about some like dire thing. Now it's a little more like the fun stuff, like this president sucks. He was eating a ice cream cone and it fell on his lap, or something.
Yeah.
Something like the lighthearted. I mean, look, guys, all of the presidents we've had are all super old guys, like really, like super old, like ridiculously old, ancient bags of dust. Which means there should be a lot more fun stuff to talk about. Like when they let something slip, or when they fart, or when they say the wrong thing. Yeah.
Well, Bush fell into some food, I think, in Japan.
Yes, he did that. Yeah.
And then people falling downstairs trying to climb into the airplane.
Oh no,
Ford,
that was Biden too. He
Biden
somehow fell up the stairs. Remember that?
Yeah, that's right.
How do you fall upstairs? I love that. Wait,
I don't know.
Yeah, I want more. Remember when Bush was like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. You ain't gonna fool me again.
He lost where he was going with it.
It was like a presidential State of the Union address, and he forgot the quote.
I remember that. It's like, yeah,
you ain't gonna fool me again. You're like, was that it, Mr. President?
Yeah, he was great to listen to talk. So I found the little piece here. It says, as she spoke with Mr. Biden on Monday evening, it has been claimed that Camilla was surprised to hear the U.S. president break wind in an emission audible enough to make her blush. So apparently it happened, and she couldn't contain herself and turned red when it happened. So it was an obvious moment here, but the guy is in his 80s. So, I mean, can you really, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. It's hard to hold that back, right?
Yeah.
He might be in diapers soon.
Yeah. So. I know. I listen, if you said, listen, if you said, listen, there's a 50-50 shot President Biden is already wearing Depends, and you can put your next month of pay on yes or no, I would 100% go for yes. I would take that bet. No questions asked. I would take that bet. I'm positive he's where it depends.
Wouldn't it be funny if somebody said, I think the president just farted, and he leaned over and he goes, that wasn't a fart. Just, it wasn't.
Dude, are we going to ever elect people that are 60 or less than 60, perhaps?
Well, George Bush Jr. was young. And Obama was young.
Okay, Obama was young, yeah. George Bush Jr., he was young. But he acted senile.
Well, he was. I think the thing on him was they thought he was a dummy.
Yeah,
he just wasn't very smart, right?
He acted like 80-year-old Joe Biden.
Right. And the problem with Obama is he could just never turn it off. He could just. Never. I'm telling you right now.
I'm never turning it off. I'm gonna go out in the West Wing. I'm gonna smoke this Newport. I don't care if I'm some kind of role model. I'm gonna smoke this Newport. I'm gonna play basketball at a track store. And listen, and I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. When Netflix come and calling, I'm taking that deal. And I'm moving my family to the Hamptons where I can smoke Newports whenever I want. Okay? All right? It's real. Yeah. It's all real. Thanks.
Well, I guess he showed up at the climate accord as well and had a speech, and yeah. So.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah. I find it hilarious that billionaires traveling on G1 jets with multiple vacation homes and a carbon footprint bigger than most small to medium-sized businesses are all the people that are speaking about climate change.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
It's like, imagine this. Imagine I went to your house, Shane. I'm like, I walk in, and as I'm walking in, I'm dropping my Mountain Dew on the floor. I'm taking candy bars and I'm throwing it on the floor. I knock one of your pictures over, right? Smack your kid in the face, make him cry. Walk down, change your TV station, turn your air conditioner down, and then I sit down in your office to work, and I'm like, yo, man, why is it a mess in here?
Yeah, I'd be like, get out,
yeah, get out. But that's what's happening. Like, well, we need to stop climate change. Well, dude, half the people up there talking have a bigger footprint than most businesses. Like,
yeah, that's true.
It's incredible. So
it's true. All right.
Again, I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna solve climate change, but I tell you this: we can start by dealing with that trash island, because that is a physical thing.
That's a big one. Yeah,
mm-hmm. It's a physical thing. There's a trash island the size of a state in the middle of the ocean. We can see it. We can touch it. We see a problem. Let's knock that out. Let's clean that up and stop contributing to. And some of these countries like India and Singapore, massive amounts of garbage being thrown in the ocean. Let's figure that. I think once we figure out the super obvious stuff, we start going down the list for the less obvious stuff. But we got to start somewhere, right?
Well, if we can get China, India, some of those Southeast Asia countries to stop putting so much fossil fuel in the air, then that will help a lot. And I know we just did some sort of deal with China. Doesn't mean they're actually going to follow through with it. They seem to say a lot of things they don't actually follow through with, but we'll see.
Yeah. We're going to stop.
Yeah. You say 2030? Yeah, we'll rule the world by then.
2030. Yeah, you'll be dead. So yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, no problem. We bought your house yesterday.
No, they really did.
Yeah, you now need to pay us rent, and we're raising the rent.
What percentage of America
is owned by China?
America is owned by China. Oh, look, I put as owned and it finished it by saying by China. Right? Oh, look, Chinese firms have bought AMC Entertainment. So just by the way, China owns AMC. So they don't care if they throw money away by making little kiosks.
Yeah, they want the real estate, bro.
What's cool is that at the kiosk they can have like a little Chinese person or whatever there to talk about being a communist or something, maybe.
Yeah, propaganda. They don't care about the actual company. They care about the real estate the company owns. It's all about that physical land, baby.
They own about 20% of everything in our treasury. So we owe them like 20 trillion. Oh my gosh, $1.17 trillion or something like that. Yeah, they own $1.1 trillion in U.S. debt.
We are so screwed.
Yeah.
Like, we are screwed beyond belief. The only way we get out of the mess that we're in is like hostily taking over the countries we owe money to. Okay.
Holy cow. Dude, you're right. It says here they own 191,000 acres of land in America.
Yeah.
Worth $1.9 billion. And this is as of 2019. God only knows what they've bought in the last 2 years.
Hey guys, I'm not trying to be a doomer, but remember what George Carlin said. The reason they call it the American dream is because you have to be asleep to believe it.
Woo! That is true.
All right, moving on from this news. What's the next one is Mamoa and Bautista, right?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that is the next one.
Yeah, all right.
Let's quickly talk about that because we're going to talk about Dave Bautista later. But so we talked about this when it first came out. Dave Bautista went on to Twitter and he said that
he might be an idiot, dude. Did you see that that video in Florida where he's like, I am a citizen here, a tax-paying citizen, and I don't like this. And he's like complaining about something, but like the day before, he was telling someone else that was complaining to buck up, buckaroo. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Most tone-deaf thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'm quickly becoming a not Dave Bautista fan, and it's sad because I really, really liked him since he was in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie as Drax. But the more I learn about him, the more he speaks, the more he. We're going to talk about it more in the member section, but I just don't really like him. And I got to tell you, this buddy cop movie, which he said, hey, we got to do a buddy cop movie. He reached out to Jason Momoa, who was like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, Jason was like, yeah, I like money.
Yeah, so it's funny because Dave is the one who pushed this thing, right? And I'll tell you what I think. I'll give you a little insight into what we're going to talk about a little later. But Dave Bautista is trying really hard to separate himself from wrestling to the point of pretty much being offensive. And the fact that he's like French kissing Jason Momoa the way he is and trying to like force this thing to happen so that because Jason Momoa, you know, he's definitely an A-list actor. He doesn't come from that area, although he was a surfer, so I'm not sure. He's definitely not a traditional actor, but he's definitely big in Hollywood, and it feels like Dave wants to like. This doesn't feel genuine to me. I don't know if you're getting this feeling or not.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's definitely not genuine.
It doesn't feel genuine.
No, he sees a star. He sees, the next Dwayne the Rock Johnson or whatever, and he's like, oh, I need to make sure that my a portion of my hitches, or whatever, my career is tied to this dude,
Right, and well, I think he's like, I think maybe I will talk about Dwayne the Rock Johnson and this guy, but the comments that he makes about not wanting to do movies with wrestlers and just this whole kind of like, he almost acts like an elitist, but he's not one. But regardless of that, this little article is about the fact that apparently these guys, and I'm probably thinking it's more Dave than it is Jason, kind of went door to door in Hollywood pitching this movie. And it looks like MGM may actually, do a deal with them.
Yeah, so, which means it won't happen for a very long time. Wait, I'm sorry. MGM's making deals, aren't they like?
I know, right?
5 months away from being not a company. I don't get it.
Well, I mean, they will be. I believe that Amazon is going to. We don't know for sure yet. I believe Amazon is going to allow MGM to exist as a brand within Amazon. So it is possible that MGM will still do things.
So they have meeting at MGM Studios. They don't know what's going on, right? So
yeah,
they go into like, hey guys, great to see you. Yeah, we would love to make your movie. Let's talk about it. Also, do you happen to have any work?
Yeah, right. Do you have anything for me to do? Well, here's the report. Deadline reports that MGM is close to securing a deal for Mamoa and Bautista, their buddy cop film. The duo reportedly went all over town this week pitching the idea, which opened up a bidding war between movie studios. The actors pitch calls for a buddy cop comedy similar to Lethal Weapon, where the duo would play brothers and film in Hawaii. Bautista himself, what's that? Yeah, it sounds pretty cool. Bautista himself took to Twitter, retweeting the report of MGM's potential deal and giving a funny reaction to the good news. Apparently, it says here, 2 months and 11 days wait time acceptable. So I guess, yeah, they're waiting to see what's going to happen. They want David Leitch to direct the film, and that was in his pitch. Yeah, so I guess we just have to wait and see what happens. But it sounds like it's going to happen.
Cool. Cool.
Do you think it would work though? In Lethal Weapon, you had this, this really two different people, two different actors, two different characters. And I'm not saying that Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista are the same actor, but they are very similar, right? They're both beefy. Yeah. They're both beefy, tough guys.
Yeah. They're not like they're not like, I don't want to say mean and dumb or whatever, but like they're not like the they're the brawn, bro. They're the brawn of the operation,
Yeah, so it almost feels like two of them doing the same thing. Maybe we're wrong here. Maybe it'll end up being great, but I feel like they need like the Mel Gibson to the Danny Glover. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Well, Danny Glover was kind of the muscle, I guess, and Mel Gibson was this, I don't know, the smart one.
Bruce Willis to Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
But we'll have to wait to see what happens.
Will Ferrell to Marky Mark.
Yeah. Hey, let's look over here in the chat really quick. We've got this is a live show.
It's a live show.
So we've got Christy Green here, says evening gents. She's from across the pond.
Hello, Christy.
Atlantic. So it is very late for her there, and she's attached to the she supports the 365 days of Stargate, which we support. Cool. Trying to get Amazon to launch a Stargate series as soon as they finish buying MGM. So shout out to Christy and the folks over there. And of course, Jeremy here, Jeremy Schneider, our guy who's been with us a long time. Sup, everyone. Sorry for being late. Was watching Free Guy with my girlfriend, lost track of time. You are always forgiven, Jeremy. Glad to see you here. And Free Guy, that's a good movie.
It's a great movie, yeah.
Unlike the one we're about to talk about.
What's that?
Well, it's another movie starring
oh my gosh, this might be the first time we're going to be on completely opposite sides here.
We are. I think we're going to be.
Yeah.
I think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But we're going to be talking about Red Notice here in a second, and the fact that we punked out this this reviewer last week, and I think the reviewer was still like way over the top, but I do think there's some truth to it.
No, I don't. I love the chemistry between The Rock and Ryan Reynolds. I do think Gal was a little meh.
I like the chemistry between Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Reynolds in this movie, 100%.
No, dude, Ryan Reynolds and The Rock had some great interactions. It was hilarious.
I don't know. It's funny. Hold
on. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
I mean, we're there now.
What about Kenneth the Rogue said, hey, guys. Okay. Nice to see you again.
Thanks, Ken.
Yeah, all right. Let's talk about some Red Notice, bro.
Red Notice is a polarizing thing for sure. It looks like its Rotten Tomatoes score is dropped more to 39% on the critic side with over 102 reviews. So let's just say this. Critics really don't like Red Notice. That said, on the audience score, more than 100 plus verified ratings, it's got a score of 92. Now, typically, I got to tell you, I don't agree with the critics. And in this case, I don't agree that it is a rotten movie.
No, it's not rotten.
I definitely don't think it's a 92%er, especially, and I'll tell you why I don't think so. Go ahead and give a brief overview of the movie if you want, really quick.
Yeah, I was actually pleasantly surprised by this movie. And basically, this is what happens, okay? I'm going to pause it right there on Gal, okay? Basically, what you have going on here is it opens up with The Rock, who's an FBI agent way outside of his jurisdiction in another country. He's trying to catch a criminal, and the criminal in question is Ryan Reynolds, and he's trying to steal this egg. And bottom line is, Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot are two thieves trying to get 3 eggs, because if they can get all 3 eggs and sell them to this one dude who's trying to give the eggs to his daughter for her wedding, they get $300 million. Great. And The Rock gets sucked into it because originally he's there for reasons. I don't know. And then I guess he gets red noticed by Gal, and she messes his life up, and he's got to clear his name. And now they have this weird little partnership, pseudo partnership, where Ryan wants to get the egg and The Rock wants to clear his name, so they got to work together. And then there's a couple twists, and the twist I didn't even see coming, which was great because I should have seen it coming. There was a couple obvious, in hindsight, obvious moments where like, oh, that was the hint, and I didn't catch it.
You're gonna have to explain that to me because I didn't see him.
Oh yeah, there's a couple things that I'm like, oh, I see that. Oh, I see that now in hindsight. But the movie was happening so quickly that you didn't really have time to really digest it. Sometimes when they want to foreshadow something, they are so heavy-handed with it that it's obvious. These were all super subtle nods to the twist, and it felt good. Now, is it 92%? No. but it's not a 50% either. It's probably more like a mid 80%. It's fun.
I would give it like 65.
You're crazy. First
No,
off,
I'm not.
the chemistry between Ryan Reynolds and The Rock was awesome.
Absolutely not.
You're crazy, dude.
Okay, you haven't seen enough. I don't think you've seen enough Rock buddy movies yet. Then,
bro, when Gal was like, you need to tell me the location of the third egg, or I'm gonna torture your friend. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, no. Go ahead and tell all these scenes where they had this great chemistry, and I bet every time you're going to mention Ryan Reynolds.
Well, Ryan Reynolds was the catalyst for it.
But so yeah, okay. If he was the catalyst, then what was The Rock? Just taking it? So there was no chemistry really.
No.
Not a great chemistry.
No. The Rock, and his quips backs were his back quips, whatever you want to call them, were required. You're not going to get the laugh if you don't have The Rock's response to Ryan.
I think The Rock was the straight guy here, and I'll tell you why I think this was different. And the reason why it was fine. It was a fine movie. It was entertaining. It was popcorn worthy 100%. The problem is that every movie The Rock does, he is extra special in each of the movies. If you go back to Jumanji, he's basically a superhero in a video game. If you go back to Central Intelligence, he's a CIA agent with amazing skills that he has. If you go back to almost every movie that The Rock does, he's got this talent. And in this movie, he is just a dude. And this is a rare thing. The Rock is usually not just a dude in anything he does. And in this movie, he's a dude. He's an FBI agent with no real super special skills that we see displayed other than survivability. I mean, the whole
durability
scene,
and I completely disagree with you. In the very opening scene of the movie, he is trying to catch Ryan Reynolds, who is way faster than he is, and he outsmarts him. He shows up exactly where he's going to be. Ryan Reynolds gets away again, shows up exactly where he's going to be.
You don't see it though. Like
no, he looks at the chart. He goes that way.
Right. I mean, he's like, where could he go? But it's still just anybody can be that guy. See, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is usually bigger than life in everything he does. And in this movie, he was not the skill. Actually, I would argue that Ryan Reynolds was the one who had all the skills, and Gal Gadot had all the skills, and not The Rock. He was just maybe the glue.
Yeah, well, he's the glue, and I can't give away the twist without.
Oh no, you can. This movie is out. It's been out for over a week.
He was also the brains of the operation. He set up that whole entire thing. He got Ryan Reynolds to trust him and give up the location of the third egg.
Oh well, I don't think, and that was one of the things I didn't agree with the movie either. How much Ryan Reynolds wanted to like him, or fake like him, and that character confuses me because he seems desperate to be friends with him, and then sometimes he acts like he doesn't care at all. So it was this really weird.
I think that he didn't like The Rock, but it grew on him, and they were in prison together, and they were the only two Americans there, and they're hanging out talking about the egg or whatever. And I think it was a marriage of convenience most of the movie, but the more time they spent together, I think the more Ryan ended up liking him. Like when they first get into prison, he's like, "Hey, you don't want anybody here to know you're a cop, right? Hey, be really cool and don't tell anybody that you are policia." Right?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds was great in that moment. Yeah, The Rock didn't, and then The Rock got his butt kicked. So,
but I also loved it when he took off in that car, and it's like, "I can't stand it." And you think it's going to be this awesome car chase, and he just smashes into the van.
Right. So I mean, this is like I'm saying, this is The Rock is just an average guy. And he does not play an average guy very well. He is a superhero in today's world. He is a man amongst men. Just watching his workout videos and everything. He's Black Adam coming up. So it's hard for him to play a role where he's just an average guy. And then you end up with kind of this just meh feeling throughout the movie, and of course, Gal Gadot.
Disagree totally.
Everybody has their own opinion, of course, but me compared to most Rock movies, and let me tell you something, I like Dwayne the Rock Johnson movies. I like them a lot. I've watched every single one of them. I've enjoyed every single one of them. And of all the movies I've seen with him, this is probably the least enjoyable movie of him. Now, also, I love Ryan Reynolds. I've seen every single movie Ryan Reynolds has ever done. I love him in everything. We just talked about Free Guy. Loved him, loved him, loved him. This movie, I loved him. What, maybe not as much as I typically would in other movies, but he was still good Ryan Reynolds. But because The Rock was flat, because Gal was pretty flat, the twist, I didn't see the connections for the twist. So when it happened, I was completely blindsided and didn't have that moment of, oh, that's why. So I didn't have that. And then at the end, when The Rock kind of, and I'm sorry if you guys watch it, The Rock kind of doesn't have this relationship build with Ryan Reynolds where he's like, where they end up liking each other like they should. In the end, he wants to be done with him. It takes Gal convincing him. So they didn't end up having this relationship where they grew throughout, where their characters grew together throughout the film. And you don't have this wonderful feeling at the end where it's like, oh, okay, everybody loves each other. It's like this forced thing at the end. So that's my opinion.
I disagree with that too, because they, after they punked him, they went out of their way to make sure he was good before they split. And he didn't invite him to join the team, but there was a couple times he could have left Ryan Reynolds totally high and dry and didn't.
Oh, no. He still didn't know the location of the egg.
Yeah, so he did.
Can't argue that.
No, when he was in the jungle, he knew the location of the egg.
Right.
And when Ryan Reynolds goes, he goes, damn it. And he goes back looking for the Rock, thinking he had drowned or something.
Yeah.
That was the moment where it's like, oh, Ryan Reynolds' character he actually does like this guy.
Well, Ryan Reynolds does, but not The Rock. He was just standing there like, what are you doing? Why are you calling my name? So I admit Ryan Reynolds liked The Rock, and that relationship grew on that half, but The Rock's relationship with Ryan Reynolds' character did not grow. And that scene was set up so that you could have the surprise with Gal Gadot and the twist. It's the only reason.
As the straight guy, though, he's playing the straight guy. I think that his emotions are going to be a little more subdued than
he
Ryan
shouldn't
Reynolds
be yeah, you're right, but he shouldn't be the straight guy. That's what I'm saying. That's the reason the critics are hammering this movie. They're calling it other things like, oh, all the scenes are the same and it's kind of bland, and they're doing all these things, but the reality is, and the thing that people are failing to say, is that we expect more from a character that The Rock is playing. He's elevated to such a degree that we need him to be borderline superhero in everything he does in order for us to connect with the character properly.
Okay, so this is one of those rare moments, everybody, that we thoroughly disagree. Because,
we do. We disagree on this one.
I do not think that The Rock always has to be a superhero. I liked that.
Well, tell me something else he's not a superhero in.
I like the fact that this movie sets him up as if he's going to be the superhero. And then Ryan gets away. He falls down. He's going to jump up that tent or whatever. And Ryan is half the weight. So he just bounces off and keeps going. And The Rock just slams through it. I laughed my butt off. And then when he jumped in that car, he's going to take off with Ryan. He smashed in the car. I love the fact that they were setting him up to be the superhero. And then subtly, and then obviously showed that he is an FBI agent. He's a durable FBI agent.
Let me ask you a question. Why? Why do you like that? Because I don't like.
He wasn't an FBI agent. He was a thief.
You could have had anybody play that role. Why have The Rock play that role if that's the case? If he's not going to stand out.
Misdirection, bro. Because you expect him to be freaking Black Adam or whatever.
Or you want to misdirect me to sleep? Cool, but
you cannot say this movie.
What was the misdirect? I don't understand.
How can you possibly say this movie was not remotely boring or slow? It was so fast paced. There's jokes upon jokes upon.
It wasn't slow, but
cool action, cool set pieces. I don't know how
action was good. Well, Ryan Reynolds' action was good. Yeah, I think the problem with this movie is not Ryan Reynolds. It's not Gal Gadot. The problem is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and his production company, and he's in it and he's in the movie. He was the wrong character, or at least it needed to be written in a way so that his character played a different role. He is not a good straight man. He's not. That's not his place. He's got too much presence on the screen. So he takes up all this space on the screen. And then if he doesn't outperform his presence, then it becomes flat. And that's what happened here. And Ryan Reynolds, he was typical Ryan Reynolds in this movie. He was like Bugs Bunny. He reminded me of like Bugs Bunny. You know, he had an answer to everything. He was able to, you know, when they escaped from prison, the fact that he had everything he had done was set up. That was cool. There were great elements to this.
Yeah, the Jenga.
Yeah, all that was great. The problem here is Dwayne.
Yeah,
and that's why critics are hammering it.
We disagree, folks.
All right.
I'm not saying it was no 92%.
What do you guys think? Anybody see it yet?
Yeah,
Put it out there.
It was definitely a lot better than 60%. And
I would say 65.
Those pompous, over dramatic, self-involved reviewer that we read. That
was terrible. That was if you guys haven't seen that clip from last week or from the show last week, he was just totally full of himself. You know, the bottom line is there's a lot of good things about this movie to watch. I was just, you know, look, I've got high expectations for Dwayne. I've got high expectations. I get high expectations for all three of these people. Maybe not so much for Gal, but I've got I love watching their movies, and so I expect to be fully engaged and entertained. I mean, the Rock in Central Intelligence, dude. If you guys haven't seen that movie, you have to watch it tonight. It's absolutely hilarious.
It's a phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, go watch it, guys. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Hopefully, we didn't burn it for you. Let us know. Hey, again, it's on Netflix, so you already have it.
You have it.
Yeah. So you know, if you follow the stats, you have Netflix, which means you can watch this movie. No one's not gonna cost you anything. All right. We're bringing in CherryTree, right?
Yes, it's time.
It's time to bring in CherryTree.
And you can drive this train, my brother.
Okay, I'm going to set that up. Just so you guys know, more than likely you are watching this after the live show. You are not watching it live. And I want to be very clear. I want to reiterate this several times for this video. If you're watching this later on, you're one of those hundreds of people that enjoy this after the fact, please attempt to experience it live. It always happens Friday afternoon. It could be 10, it could be 1. Stay tuned for our Twitter. We'll let you know when it happens. It's usually early Friday. So if you can come and be live, that would be awesome. And that said, let's bring in CherryTree.
What's with the weird, like, 20s voice?
I'm trying to add excitement to my voice, but I haven't slept for a few days. Okay? When you haven't slept for a while, you have to manufacture excitement.
Oh, that's great.
Give me a hard time, bro.
Listen, I have to give you a hard time because it just wouldn't be us.
Okay. Nope, that's not right. That's the wrong one. Ah, there it is. And let me adjust it so you can see more of that in 1 second.
Oh,
CherryTree, how are you? I'm gonna adjust your screen. Shane, you want to talk?
I love this video. I love this. We've never had a Zoom call where we had this backdrop like this. Is fantastic. How are you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
We're surviving.
So do we.
It's been a rough night. You guys have been so gracious. We sent him a tweet in the middle of the night basically saying, hey, can we not go at 10? Can we go a little later? And you guys are so gracious and came with us later. We are so grateful. Let me just share a little bit of information before we get in with you guys. This is CherryTree. They make incredible products. We were at the Star Trek convention this last year, ran into them and just couldn't stop oogling everything that they do. And we are so excited to have them here on the show so they could share what they do and everything going. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
yeah, good.
Cannot complain more.
So tell us a little bit about CherryTree, what you guys do. We see some wonderful little artifacts here that you guys have. Tell everybody exactly what it is you guys do.
So we started in 2016. We formed the company in 2016. And in 2017, we got a license from CBS for Star Trek. And specifically back then for Star Trek Next Generation, because we made a Borg Cube themed computer, actually 2. We made our first one was the Borg Micro Cube, which was a 6.5 inch by 6.5 inch cube with a all-in-one STX mainboard in it, and it was a really nice little machine. We also made a 14 inch by 14 inch, we called it the Borg VR Cube, the first one, right? And was really good success. We sold a bunch of those little machines. in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2019, we got a license for Star Trek Picard. Funny enough, in the contract, we had Star Trek Picard season 1 only. Kind of odd.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know why. Sorry. So, and then we started making our Star Trek Picard ATX case, which is basically this guy here with the force field and everything.
Okay, yeah, I noticed the cases are different. So like that one is because of, does it replicate the cube on Picard season 1? Okay.
Yes. This is actually a pretty detailed replica of the Borg cube. They called it in the TV show. They called it the artifact, and it's basically a reclaimed Borg cube that they salvage for parts and for nice things and for body parts and whatnot. And yeah, we made a pretty decent replica, and we have
great.
We have actually different variances of this one, and the one over there is just our regular ATX cube, because we have a lot of customers that love everything Borg related, but not necessarily the new Picard show. So we still do things for them. Just have to say, we love Star Trek Picard. I mean, I do. I really like it. I think it's a really cool show. Can't wait for season 2. I think it's a really nice one.
Yeah, that's no, I mean, I got to tell you, when we saw this, what was the motivation? Because I'm looking at this thing, we didn't realize, we stopped not really realizing it was a computer case. But what gave you the motivation, or where did the idea come from to do this?
Okay, so the first one we made, the one where we got the license in 2017, was kind of a spur of the moment thing. The company itself, before we got the license, did a bunch of custom technology for different people. We made lighting control applications. We have a little mobile game that we didn't really maintain over the last years, that's still lingering. And one day I was sitting in my home theater at home, and I was watching the Star Trek First Contact. And I saw this big Borg cube flying around, and I was like, did anybody ever make a computer into this? Did everybody ever make a case? And I started Googling, and the only thing you see is people trying to make it with 3D printed parts. There was one that made out of cardboard. And I thought, you know what? We can give it a try. Let's rig up a prototype. Friend of mine then said, look, I can get your contact to CBS. And we pitched it to CBS. They saw it. It was the Borg microcube first that we pitched them. And one of the heads of CBS Consumer Products then said, okay, we love the small one, but can you make a VR capable one, a big one? And we said, yeah, absolutely. And he said, okay, you can have the contract, but you have to present it at the Star Trek convention in Las Vegas. You can have a panel. So the meeting we had was in July of 2017, and the Star Trek convention was in August. So we had basically a couple of weeks to rig up a bunch of prototypes and show them at the Star Trek convention.
Wow.
The story behind this one, the Picard cube, is actually way cooler. So we were, it was Comic-Con 2019, 2018, 2019. 19. It was Comic-Con 2018 where we also we had a booth at the Lucas Pavilion for our Star Wars thing back there. And at a party at night, I was sitting on the floor with one of the VPs for CBS for Consumer Products. And she looks at me and she says, have you seen the new Star Trek Picard trailer? And I was like, no, didn't get a chance. And she said, well, it's going to drop tomorrow, but I'm going to show you the trailer and you're absolutely going to love it. So we're sitting on the floor, we're having drinks, and she shows me on her iPhone the Star Trek Picard trailer. And I'm like, hold on a second, wait, is that a Borg cube? And she's like, yeah. And she zooms in and shows me that. And I'm like, oh my God, can I have it? And she's like, yeah, it's yours. Under one condition, you need to have a prototype ready at the Star Trek convention in Las Vegas, which again was 1 week later.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I basically flew home from San Diego down a shit ton of coffee and worked for 4 days straight. And we had the first prototype at the Star Trek convention in Las Vegas. People loved it. And we basically went into production with it the next year.
People thought it was a model from the show.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it. I think that's the thing about it. When we walked by, I thought, oh, look, it's model Borg cubes. And then it's like, so, I mean, I think it's worthy just to have just for that purpose. And then when you realize, oh, wait, that's a computer, you know, and then you're like, wow. So how does it work? Do you, I guess you build the box and then, or does the computer slide in, or how does it work? Is it completely custom or?
Yeah, it's a completely custom design. So the panels, the outside panels that you see here, this is injection molded ABS or polycarbonate. It depends on the case itself. So we designed basically the one panel here. So this here in front is our ITX model. That's the super small one. Yeah, and the fun part is that both machines, the small one and the big ones, use the same panels.
Oh wow!
It's just 4 panels of the small one make basically one side of the big one. So that saves us a lot of tooling, and we get the solid panels, the full panels like this. We buy them. We have them manufactured usually in 2,000 piece increments, and in our in our shop here, we then laser cut out all the cutouts that you see here. The force fields are made here in our shop. The insets are made here in our shop. The computer itself has a steel bottom plate and a steel back plate. And the only tricky part with this one here is these machines, the Picard cubes, are not really computers that you take apart on a weekly basis. There are a lot of people that like to fiddle with their machines and, take them apart and put something new in it and put them back together. These machines are more for people, they do something with them, they install it, they use them for several months or for a year, and then maybe take it apart again. The other one, the ATX that we completely reworked, that one now has a removable side window. Where you can actually, without removing the full shell, just go inside through the side and
I love that. That is awesome.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you: do people ever like call you up and say, "Hey, can I upgrade my RAM?" Do they ever hit you up?
Yeah. So the ATX one has the side panel, which is awesome. Yes. So you can show off your components, or you can flip it around and show the Borg cube. Pick one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you can also just take the panel off and swap your RAM out, or add another NVMe slot or whatever. Pick a thing.
Exactly. For us, it's more like it's one of those things when you walk through. I mean, back in the day when you used to walk through stores. I mean, I heard that was a thing back then when you were allowed to walk through stores. And when you went into a computer department, all you see is boxes. Yeah, it's every computer is the same. And the sad thing for me is even when you look at gaming machines, even when you look at really awesome built gaming computers, they all look the same. It's all the same stuff. It's a normal computer case with a glass side with a bunch of RGB fans, and it looks like a Christmas tree on steroids. Yeah, that's all nice. Yeah, but it doesn't show anything. It's not. It's just a computer. It will always be just a computer. That what we try to do is we try to create machines and cases from things that you cherish. That you like. Yeah, things from your past. Yeah, the Borg is an example that they came back in Star Trek Picard is awesome for us, but it was a coincidence. The Borg themselves is a super old villain. They came out in the 90s with it, or even late 80s.
Well, I noticed the Death Star back there.
Yes.
So is that another example of a machine you made?
Yes. So the Death Star is something that's been kind of stuck in the development hell of ours, unfortunately. We got the license from Disney for the Death Star and for droids in 2019. Then we started developing this one. Our first prototype looked absolutely horrible, the one we had at Comic-Con. Then we started to do this one, which is now definitely cool. It looks super nice. We also have a half-ready prototype for an R2D2 computer case that's fully working. That's really nice. The only problem with this is when COVID hit, we also had to slim down a little bit, and we put certain developments aside. We started working on a Batman style case, which looks absolutely fantastic. As I told Brian in our last Zoom thing, we also started to work on a Stargate computer.
Oh, nice.
Which is like, which is going to be, when this comes out, is absolutely fantastic.
Wow.
Yep. Take my money, all of it. This is my current rig right now. This is the I couldn't show you. Yeah, my current rig is
Mountain Dew Zero.
Mountain Dew Zero. It's
How did you fit it in that can?
It's a vertical setup.
Yeah.
And I have tons of lights, but I only got the RGB ones that had one color, and so I'm stuck with red. But I went with a vertical mount so that my 17-pound GPU, the one you see there in the center, because it's so big, wouldn't break my motherboard in half. So it hangs vertically from the top, and that gives me the added benefit of having my case window on my right side instead of the customary left side.
Well, and what Brian isn't telling you is that he may have already told you, but his first business was basically he wanted to make computers.
Oh, yeah, my first business.
You're
was
doing the dream for him.
Yeah, I made custom rigs for like 7 years in my 20s, and I must have electrocuted myself, 1,300 times. But I used to make crazy cool cases and never would sell them for what they were worth because of the amount of work that would go into them. And it usually made all my money in that business off of selling just regular office machines for like $500.
Right. But nothing looked as beautiful as what you guys have created here.
Yeah.
This is like art meets a function, and
yeah, it's gorgeous.
So can you tell us a little bit, like, how can people get these if they want to get them? I mean, we found you at the show, but we didn't know you existed before. So tell everyone.
So the way you can get our cases is actually through our website.
Okay.
Through our website, mycherrytree.com. And at the moment, we only sell cases on our website. We also have our office here in Canoga Park has also a small sales room if people want to come by and see something. One of the reasons why we don't do Amazon or anything like this is all our cases are made to order. So it's not like that we have a ton of those in stock. They are all made to order. It's each case, the moment you order it, is going to be built and assembled and is going to be shipped out. The same goes for components. We sell fully configured machines. There are a lot of people who complain sometimes why we don't sell 30 series graphics cards. And one of the reasons is I always operated, if I cannot get it, I'm not selling it. Or if something is uncertain, I'm not selling it. Yeah. It's one of those things with the component shortage at the moment. I'm simply not doing this, that I put stuff on the website, then people buy it, people pay for it, and then you have to tell them,
you gotta wait 6 months.
Getting it, and now you have to wait 8 months to get it. Or we had a customer. What we are doing, we also have a service. It's not mentioned on our website, but if you want your own components in our case, but you don't do the work, you can either send us your old computer, or you send us the components and we install it. And we recently did a build for a customer. He bought his 3080 Ti from China, and he paid like $2,400 for it.
It's probably used to mine crypto. I have a 3090 24 gig Extreme. Took 6 months to get. Cost around $2,500 new.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. It's absolutely insane at the moment. And 20 series we still can get. We still have. People can buy the machine without graphics card. and go through the nightmare on. Or here's one thing: I do not support scalpers.
Yeah.
That's absolutely for me an absolute no-go. It's for nothing. Even if a customer would tell me, then buy it off eBay, buy it from a scalper. No, I'm not doing this.
That's why the price is so high right now, even at retail, because they go, oh, well, scalpers are charging two grand on eBay, so I'm going to raise my price to $2,000. And, and it's hyper inflated. Listen, a 2080 or a 2060 is a good card. It's a great card. It's not the newest card, but it's still amazing. You're gonna get, if you're playing games, you're getting more than a couple, 150 FPS easily. So it's okay to have a 2050 or 2060 or 2080. Nothing wrong with that.
Point exactly.
Let us ask you the serious question. Here it is: NVIDIA or AMD?
I like NVIDIA personally.
I love AMD CPUs. I love NVIDIA GPUs. That's my comment.
I have no comment on that, madam.
Well, this is awesome. So you guys can, anybody out there watching, you can go to CherryTree.com. We'll have it in the comments below.
MyCherryTree.com.
Say one more time.
MyCherryTree.com.
MyCherryTree.com. We'll make sure that's in the drop down here. And also, where are you guys located in Canoga Park? There's a lot of SoCal people here who probably would just come in and take a look.
We are basically on the corner of Strathern and Canoga.
Perfect. Okay, we'll put that also down in the description below. We really appreciate you guys coming on. We're excited to see more of what you're going to do, and we'll be checking in from you time from time, and hopefully you'll come back on the show again.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us. Really appreciate it.
Listen, when you guys get that Stargate case made,
just get it made. Get it made.
I just want to say one more thing, because this is actually going to be kind of news, and you guys are the first ones to hear that. We're currently in the process of renewing our license, and our old license was only for Picard Season 1 and Next Generation, and only for Borg-themed computers. Our license got now extended. We now have the license for Next Generation, Picard, the full series, Lower Decks, and Discovery, and not only Borg-themed, anything we can make computers of anything that's themed after those shows.
Oh, wow.
And we also now going to offer peripherals, which means we're going to offer keyboards, mice, and monitors.
Oh, that's great. Are we going to see an enterprise computer?
That's actually one thing that's extremely difficult to build, but we're still fiddling with it.
Nice. That would be fantastic.
You guys said lower deck, so I'm seeing a Badgie case coming out for sure. Something with Badgie in it, I'm sure. Isolinear chips dotting the outside of the case. Yes, sign me up.
Definitely.
But back to Stargate. When you guys get that done, I need to be one of the top 10 people you guys hit up on Twitter to purchase said item.
You will probably be one of the first.
I appreciate that so much. You have no idea.
We appreciate you guys so much, and of course, MyCherryTree.com. Make sure you guys go check it out, and we'll definitely have you guys back on the show again soon.
Thanks so much for having us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks. Bye.
MyCherryTree.com, everybody. That is awesome. Let me disconnect these guys. I will see you guys soon, and we're gonna be getting into the members portion of this pretty soon. Shane.
Yeah, Tony Salvador says awesome Borg computers. So our fans are already checking in.
Yeah, listen, guys, MyCherryTree.com. It's amazing. Please go look. Go look. And we plan to eventually get these cases too. Of course, when the Stargate case happens, I'm taking.
It's going to be artwork, so we'll have multiple cases.
Yes, when the Stargate case happened, I am going to be taking a couple weeks off.
Wait, what are you going to do for the 2 weeks?
Whoa. No. Yes, I'm to build it, man.
Okay.
What were you getting into? To build it.
Well, they build it, don't they? It's not.
I mean, yes. I mean, they also build them for you, but my plan is to purchase I like to build myself, so I'll purchase the case and build it. Plus, I literally have a 3090 card. I cannot stress this. It's the size. It's the card itself is the size of a small computer. It's like this big, that wide,
I saw it. You got like images running on your computer with it. I mean, it's got its
Oh
own
yeah.
view screen with a window.
Yeah, it's so big. It
It's
has its
weird.
own little screen that gives you stats.
I've never seen anything like that. It's like I see pictures rolling by on his computer, on the actual computer,
On the card.
on the card, and I'm like looking through the window, going, "What the heck's going on there?"
So I do. I plan to build my own, and it's going to take me some time. I really get into it. Get my hands dirty. I want to take my shirt off. I get greased up.
Oh yeah, that's gross. Let's. Hey, Jeremy over here says badgie cases. I thought Brian hated badgie.
I hate badgie, but I would totally dig a badgie case for my kids.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
just
it's because you're watching Lower Decks with your kids.
No, I'm not. I'm watching.
I know.
I'm watching Prodigy, but the character is like kids would like it.
Very cool.
I do hate Badgie though. I don't like that character, but
Yeah.
I like the artwork. Okay, guys, we're getting to the member section here. So, what's the plan, Shane? What do you want to do?
I just want to say to everybody watching the live show right now, we appreciate you to this point. Come on over with us to the member section if you're a member.
Come on over.
If not, consider becoming a member. Make sure you subscribe and like this video now.
Yeah.
Come back and be with it. Even if you don't become a member, come back with us next week and let's hang out together again because this is a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, just so you guys know, just in case I wasn't clear the first 14 times, popcast.co/join or hit that description. And the very first link is linking to the video, the live stream going on right now on the other channel if you're watching on Unleashed. And that is where we will continue this live stream for members. Popcast.co/join or hit that link. And I'm gonna drop the video and I'm gonna leave the audio on for a while. But we're gonna get into first the video of the week, and then we're gonna talk about Ghostbusters Afterlife, the Matrix lighter tone comedy thing. I don't know what that's about. Tom Holland, Spider-Man is going to be brutal.
Yeah. We're talking about Vin Diesel and The Rock's beef as it continues, and Dave Bautista is a tool. And you're going to want to hear that. If you haven't heard that one, you're going to want to hear it.
I think Spider-Man is
and-
going to be brutal for Tom Holland's career because he's going to be acting right upside the previous two Spider-Mans.
Well,
Spider-Man, whatever.
Spider-Man. Yeah. Well, maybe John Campea leaked that. So let's see what happened there.
Yeah. I don't know if that was wise of him to leak that. So,
Well, it got him some exposure he hasn't had recently. So,
okay. I mean, I guess that's true. Yeah. All right. So let's do the video of the week. 1 second. Let me load it up here.
we over the member section now?
We are in the member section.
Nice.
In the member section.
Yeah, I love being in the member section. You know, here's the thing, guys. If you're over here, I got to tell you, we'll share some things with you we didn't share over on the live show. I'm not going to be honest with you. Brian and I got together last night and we kicked out a video that we'd been working on.
And
And
killed
Brian
Hunter.
was so exhausted. He fell asleep at his desk while we were doing it.
I did.
That's how crazy it's been lately. I got to tell you, and for those of you who don't realize this, what we do is, and you know, we've talked about this, every Christmas, we basically take a hiatus. Between Thanksgiving and Christmas, you really never see us for the last several years. And this year, we're not going to do that. And it's, yeah. And we're already working, 100-hour weeks anyways for our normal day jobs.
Yeah.
So tacking this on top of it is definitely a challenge. And we're going to be basically trying to get, I believe, a total of 6 videos kind of ready to go before Thanksgiving or right around that time frame so we can release them through the season.
Right. Because we physically don't have time to do, I should say, to actively do videos in like the month of December between the holidays and how work is like triple time. It's not possible. So we're trying to burn the midnight oil, so to speak, to make it happen and keep the videos coming every couple weeks minimum.
Right. And we'll still be doing our live show and we'll still have clips. So we have definitely a lot to do. And we will not leave you.
We will
So
not
we'll be
leave
here.
you. We
Not
will be
leave.
here.
Through the holidays, we will be here this year.
The members, the few, the proud.
Yes.
Okay.
For those of you who remember the Thanksgiving videos we used to put out.
Yeah. We should share that as a video of the week. Okay, check us out, guys.
Hey, officer, would you like to buy some marijuana?
I gotta go.
I'm thinking maybe $40.
Give me the bag. Hey,
Well-
hey, what's in your hands?
There's nothing in my hands.
What's in your
officer.
hands?
Nothing. I
Open your
swear.
hands.
All right.
That is so funny. He literally had nothing in his hand.
I love that so much because so the guy when he walks up, he's like the cop's on his phone, like having a personal call. He's like, "Hey, officer, would you like to buy some marijuana?" And the guy's like, "What the?" He's like, "God damn it, I gotta go." Yeah, what are you doing, man?
Do you think it's real?
Yeah,
Do you
balls
think
of
that was
steel.
real?
Balls of steel that guy has.
I mean, because the cop almost, if you go back to it, he almost had a little smile on his face. But
At the end, yeah, because he's like, "Oh, it's a joke."
no, when he's grabbing him, did you notice the little
Hey,
smirk he's
officer,
got on his face?
Would you like to buy some marijuana?
That's just when he grabs his hand.
I
Like
gotta
at
go.
first,
I'm
he's
thinking
like,
maybe $40.
Give me the
Right,
bag.
Come here, you.
Hey.
Look, he's got a smirk on his
What's
face.
in your hands?
There's nothing in my hands.
What's in your
officer.
hands?
Nothing.
Dude, he does not have a smirk on his
No?
face, and he is super violent by the way he grabbed him.
Maybe I'm not. I don't hang out with cops enough, getting arrested. So
Yeah, I guess you don't. You know.
I just get pulled over.
Here's a funny note, guys. Shane gets to my studio last night. He's like, "Yo, okay, I'm gonna sit down and put the finishing touches on this thing before you voice it. But listen, I won the bet, and you owe me a case of Mountain Dew Zero.
yes,
Right? We both like Mountain Dew Zero." And he's like, I'm like, "Oh, okay." So we had a previous bet, and he won. And I still think that the bet was a little rigged, but that's fine. So I'm like, "Okay, yeah, let me get it for you." And I had ordered, in anticipation of his arrival, I had ordered a case of Mountain Dew Zero. I went to go grab it, and what they dropped off was Diet Mountain Dew, which is a garbage.
Yuck.
It's
Garbage drink.
It's just like garbage. It's garbage drinks. And he was like, "Oh man, I was heart set on Mountain Dew Zero." And I'm like, "I'm a good bro. I'm gonna go get this guy Mountain Dew Zero. I'm gonna find it, right?" And I go out. I swear to God, this is not hyperbole. I'm not exaggerating. I went to 6 grocery stores. Along the way, hit 8 or 9 gas stations, 2 CVS's, and a Walgreens. I went to over 20 locations across
you.
5 miles of terrain looking for a case of Mountain Dew Zero, only to end up at my workshop and pilfering a case that was in the fridge there. Because
And
I
he didn't
couldn't
even
find
take
it
his
anywhere.
car, guys. He walked.
No, I didn't
Literally.
walk. I did not walk.
walk.
To be honest, though, I
Up
was
the hill in the snow both ways.
Yeah. Remember those old stories? You know, back in my day, I had to walk to school and it was snowing so hard I had to carry my bike on my back. And he'd be like, "Hey, Gramps, why didn't you leave your bike at home?" "Shut your mouth, you little."
No, now it's happening to us today because I'm telling my kids, well, back in my day, we didn't have internet and cell phones and all these things that you cotton picking kids have. So
Yeah, it's anyway. So yeah, last night I was getting so annoyed toward the end of that quest.
chore.
No, I parked. I literally drove up to an Albertsons, the last Albertsons, and I drifted into not even a parking lot, just generally the front of the store. Got out, leapt over the hood to run in there and look to see if they have it. And I'm coming out, and the security guard's like, "Hey man, I was about to have you towed." And I'm like, "Hey man, listen, look at me. I know that's an empty threat because I used to be a tow truck driver, and there's no way you're going to get anybody here to tow a car in 3.5 minutes." And I was in there for 3.5 minutes. If you had a superpower that can get someone to tow a car in under 5 minutes, then you shouldn't be a security guard. You should be.
I mean, it takes at least 30 minutes to an hour.
At least.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Listen.
"Well, but I'm like,
He had no answer. Nice threat, buddy.
have a good night, man."
Yeah, go have a coffee. Jeremy here is throwing shade. He says Mountain Dew Zero is all over the place here in every convenience store.
You know what, Jeremy? You know, I have the brewery though.
You have the who?
I have that place that Jeremy likes here in Irvine,
Oh.
Yorba Linda. That brewery place I was telling you about that has the black label brew. And I got black box meats. You guys have black box meats out there, Jeremy?
I don't even know what that is.
I ordered 30 pounds of carne asada. I'm saying that as white as about 30 pounds of carne asada, which is basically like a flap meat, beef flap meat.
Yeah.
But I got it for $6 a pound, which is amazing. Amazing.
Nice.
$6 a pound. Amazing, bro. Okay, guys.
Wait, more than one thing. Kenneth says cop would have a reason to search the person.
Yeah, if you offer to sell a cop narcotics.
I believe he was holding a bag of something in front of him, right? Like a regular.
Yeah, it's like, hey, officer, would you like to buy some marijuana? And I was like, the guy's like, God damn it. Come here.
Some marijuana.
Yeah, it's called the brewery. Yeah, the brewery. I ordered. I was gonna go down there, but I'm super lazy, and they have like a lot of COVID restrictions, so I ended up just ordering something from their place. It's called Black Label Wednesday Black Label. I don't know, some kind of alcohol that I plan to use for cooking.
No.
Listen. Let's stop talking about food because I'm starving right now.
I haven't eaten anything since I woke up like 2 hours ago.
Nearby, bro. I'm so hungry, dude. All right. Let's get into the first topic of the day. And Shane, you're going to have to remind me what that is so I can hit the appropriate window. So remind me what it is, and then I will introduce it.
Okay. It's the Vin Diesel, Dwayne Johnson one.
Damn it. I don't have a link for that.
It's in the place where we put the place.
No, it's not. I'm looking everywhere. It's not.
It is. It's near the top. So it's the first story after last week's stuff.
No, dude, you're so full right now.
It's after the Denis Villeneuve wants to make a third Dune movie.
I'm seeing the one where it's like Dune was a relief for Dave Bautista after Guardians.
It's just above that.
I'm seeing Denis. Oh, okay. There's no damn preview, dude.
Yeah, you can blame Slack for that one. That's why we sold their stock.
Did we sell their stock?
Oh, wait, before we get into it, stock tip of the week.
Oh, okay. All right.
Almost forgot.
All right.
Let's take a look at the real quick, guys. And listen, you may be like, Shane, we don't do that.
I suggest buying as much of the Ponzi coin as possible. It's going to be huge.
It's not a thing. Okay, so listen, crypto. Should we talk Ponzi coin? Come on.
Because that's what it is. Like 90% of crypto is just basically a Ponzi scheme, right?
Well, no, Ponzi scheme means you're investing into something in there and only one person's going to make out on it.
Well,
the reality is
a few people, they pump and dump these altcoins. They're like, hey man, we're all buying this big to the moon with Shiba or whatever.
Well, yeah, like Shiba, you could everybody can win. You just have to get in early enough. It's who loses is the person who buys last. That's who loses.
Hey, I want everybody to know this right now. Okay. On November 12th, 2001, I have 1,000 Dogecoin. Just so that you guys know. Flat 1,000. Now,
okay. In
5 years, if that is anywhere near Bitcoin's evaluation,
it's not going to be.
If it's anywhere near that, I want you to know. If it's anywhere near that, everyone watching right now, right this second, all 5 or 6 of you or whatever it is,
it's more.
If it's anywhere close to Bitcoin's valuation in 5 years, I will buy all of you brand new cars.
Yeah, I bet you will. I mean, you have 1,000 of them. That would be literally $60 million.
Yes. I will buy you all brand new cars. And Jeremy, I'm going to buy you a giant diesel truck with a smoker on the back and a hot tub in the truck.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Isn't it going to slosh around while he's driving?
Okay, who cares?
Okay, so listen, for real. Okay, I'll tell you guys something. Now, I should have told you this years ago, but I didn't know to tell you guys years ago. So we started investing into cryptocurrency back in, 2017. This is what I'll tell you about it. It is still in the infancy. Okay, so your kids, your grandkids, whoever's apparently only old people watch our show, which is fine. Like us, our age. So your grandkids, I'm assuming, when they are old enough to start buying, they're going to remember how Bitcoin was under $100,000 or under $500,000. Because
bro, I'm not old. I'm wearing a Shakira shirt, bro. Old people don't wear Shakira shirts.
Dude, Shakira's old too. I don't know how to break it to you. Shakira is now old as well. So, but here, listen, crypto. So listen, guys, this is not a financial advice because apparently you can be sued for giving financial advice when you're not a financial advisor. But I will tell you, if you have the ability to put 10, 15, 20, $25 a week into Bitcoin and Ethereum, I would utilize someplace like, Coinbase Pro or something like that, a cryptocurrency exchange, and just do that. Actually, if you get Voyager Digital, it's like they pay dividend on top of that. So I would say do that. Do it for the next 10, 15 years. Just buy it, no matter what the price is. And you're probably going to be well off when you retire.
Yeah. And Doge. Also Doge.
Don't buy Doge.
Don't buy Doge. Buy Doge.
No, don't buy Doge.
To the moon.
It's going to go up one more time.
To the moon.
If you buy Doge, it's probably Elon gets bored easily. As you can tell, he just sold $15 billion of Tesla stock.
The moon.
He gets bored. So I got to tell you, Doge probably saw its day. But
we will meme this into wealth.
Yeah,
memery.
All the holders. Yeah.
All right. Enough boring.
So I'm done. That was the stock tip of the week. I wanted to give a company, but
when you call us old, you didn't refer to yourself as old. I am very young.
Who?
You said we were old. No, you're old. I'm young.
Dude, you broke 40. You're old now.
Still young.
Okay, you're young at heart. So AMC
Still
was the stock I said do not buy. Remember?
Yes,
don't buy AMC.
I bought that.
Yeah, so don't do that. And then I got to give one more. Sorry, Disney's dipping like crazy right now, guys.
Yeah.
Disney's on the major dip. So if you want to get in, now's a good entry. That's it.
Yeah, okay. I do feel like regardless of anything you invest in, it would be absolutely silly if you are actively investing, even if it's just Robinhood or whatever. It'd be silly not to put money into Disney because Disney ain't going nowhere.
Right. Yeah.
So
no, it's dipping really crazily right now. You can get in. I think it broke down into the 150s. Just buy pieces of it. Let it grow.
159.
Jeremy, they live in California. Everything there is more expensive. Amen, Kenneth. Amen. We're going to move and live with you guys. Too expensive out here.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate it here. I hate it.
$425 electric bill this month.
I hate it. Yeah, I had a similar electricity bill. I hate it so much. I hate the state. I hate everything about it.
Weather's pretty good.
I literally stay inside for 90% of my life. The weather doesn't matter.
Point. Yeah, it doesn't matter where you are. You could literally be in another country. It wouldn't matter.
I could be in Serbia. Wouldn't change anything. All I need is an internet connection and an air conditioner. I can make it work.
Yeah.
All right.
Serbia is actually not bad.
All right, man. Ready?
I'm totally ready.
Shane, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. There we go.
I don't know why I just did that.
We are talking about Vin Diesel and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, because apparently Vin Diesel, who is around 5'10", called the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, his little brother, who is, I think he's around 8 feet tall, somewhere in there. He eats about 40 raw eggs a day, gets up at 2 a.m, and works out until the rest of us are unmotivated to even live. And yet Vin Diesel is the older brother in this relationship. He really wants Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to get on Fast and Furious 10 because he knows it's the final movie he's going to be on. He wants to be a success, and he knows it's not really going to happen without the star power that is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So he's reaching out on Instagram, and he's making some moves, and we're going to talk about it right now.
I mean, that's kind of like the whole story in a way. I mean, listen, we've been following this weird story. I mean, we got to say it's a weird story. Because Vin Diesel, he must just not spend time in like the real world very much. Because I'm telling you, I mean, and by the way, saying he's 5'10" is like this wonderful, you just gave him like a You gave him an inch or two. I think I'm pretty sure.
Did I?
I think you did. I think he's actually 5'9", but
Dude, the fact that he calls my little brother Dwayne, what the?
yeah. And you pretty much said it all. Vin Diesel has taken steps in ending the feud between him and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson by sharing an Instagram post that talks about how important he is to him and his family and how he must show up for Fast and Furious 10. Let's see exactly what he said. Okay. Yeah. My little brother Dwayne, the time has come, Diesel wrote.
You gotta do it. That's right.
Well,
I'm gonna be Diesel. All right.
No, there's only Diesel. There's no Rock.
Okay, let me read it then. Okay.
Okay, just make sure you can understand you when you.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, to my little brother Dwayne, the time has come. The world awaits the finale of Fast 10. As you know, my children refer to you as Uncle Dwayne. In my house, there is not a holiday that goes by that they and you don't send well wishes, but the time has come. Legacy awaits. I told you years ago I was going to fulfill my promise to Pablo. I swore that we would reach and manifest the best fast in the finale, that is the 10. I say this out of love, but you must show up. Do not leave the franchise idle. You have been a very important role to play. Hobbs cannot be played by no other. I hope that you rise to the occasion and fulfill your destination, little brother. I paraphrase the last part. Because it's all about...
You didn't say that. You didn't fulfill.
It's all about family.
Oh, yeah. And for those of you who are wondering, who the heck is Pablo? Well, that apparently is the nickname that Diesel gave the late Paul Walker, who played Brian O'Connor in the Fast and Furious franchise. Of course, Walker and Diesel were very close. And apparently, I don't know, man. Is there a thing here where, do you think Vin Diesel thinks that him and Dwayne Johnson are closer than they actually are? You know what I mean? There's this feeling like the relationship is tilted. No?
Yeah, I don't think Vin Diesel knows that The Rock blocked him like 2 years ago.
So he's talking into air. Is that what it is?
Yeah. It was like, hey, you gonna respond to Vin Diesel? He goes, who?
Well, it's like Vin like insults him or like talks crap and then comes back with this weird like apology. This has happened a couple of times.
It's so weird.
He hey, it's like he's got this weird thing where he like punches him and then, I mean, The Rock really, I mean,
he's following the dentist system with The Rock.
The dentist system.
That's what it is. He's following the dentist system.
It's an abusive relationship.
It's an abusive, manipulative relationship.
Right. He's totally manipulating him here.
Yeah.
Like in front of the world.
In front of the world. It's
weird.
The way he calls him little brother is so weird to me. Like, is it because of chronologically perhaps he's older?
He is older. Yeah, he's older than The Rock.
It's so
sure.
Weird,
so I guess
they're not actually brothers though, so it just doesn't like play right.
Well, and I think when Dwayne The Rock Johnson started doing the Fast and Furious, Vin Diesel was the elder statesman. He'd been doing movies for longer. He was more entrenched into Hollywood. He was running the show. So what's weird about this whole thing is that Dwayne has like completely surpassed Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Like he's a bigger star than Vin Diesel ever was.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, and I would argue that The Rock is the biggest star in Hollywood today. So it feels weird to have Vin Diesel talking down to him at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's the weird
so
thing about
weird.
it. It's like, I don't think Vin realizes where The Rock is in culture right now. And I mean, it's great that he wants him to come back, but he's got to stop taking a big poop on him.
Well, this is what happened. Okay, let's be real. All right, it's real time. Real time with Brian as Vin Diesel. We need The Rock in this movie studio. He was like, yes, we do. And we ain't doing it unless you get the Rock back. He goes, well, I need to be the first one to reach out then. So it looks like I put out the olive branch. And so once you sign that contract, you let me know, and I will post to social media about the importance of family and Pablo. And it will look like I am the bigger man because I am the bigger brother. But the contract has already been signed.
Yeah.
I'll bet you everything. It's already a done deal. And he just had to get out ahead of it to make it look like he's the one, putting, yeah.
Yeah. It's going to look really bad.
They already backed the dump truck up to Rock's house and said, hey, Mr. Rock, are you there? Here's all the money and the gold you wanted.
It would be so typical of this relationship for the deal to be done like last week, and then for Vin Diesel to just be like, I'm going to own this guy again.
Right.
And just come out on social media and then basically say, you need to come back. And then now it's going to be announced that The Rock is back. And Dwayne's going, gosh, dang it. What do I do with this guy?
Stupid guy.
It's like, he wants to like position himself over The Rock. The problem is that, I'm sorry, Vin, culture has moved on. Pop culture has moved on without you.
You know what's really funny, okay? If because of how straight up arrogant I would be if I was The Rock with my hundreds of millions of dollars, I would be like, you know what? Jerry?
Why is it always Jerry?
Tell Universal we're not doing the contract. And then I would go on social media and I would just respond with no.
I know, right? Yeah. I mean, I guess he could.
No.
Just
break his contract. He doesn't need
so
the
much
$37 million.
Yeah, it's really so much money. And he, I got to be honest with you, he does have that kind of FU money where he can just be like, I don't got to do that movie. But guess who doesn't? Yeah, Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
He needs that next movie.
Yeah. He wants to stop being an action star because like he's developing like a gut, Well,
what's he gonna do? Has he shown the chops that he can be a serious actor?
Actually, there is a movie that was really good.
All right.
Really good, and Vin Diesel actually had acting chops. I'll tell you what it was called. It was called
I need to see it because I've never noticed that.
Yeah, you haven't seen it. I guarantee you haven't seen it.
Is it like a B flick that got?
No, it wasn't a B. It wasn't a B flick. It's called A Man Apart.
Wow, you're right. I didn't watch it. I saw it pop up on something a few times and went, I don't need to see any more of that.
It's a great movie. It says it's called A Man Known as Diablo emerges to head a drug cartel after a previous leader is imprisoned.
Oh, I'm sorry. That sounds just like what Vin Diesel is doing now.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not.
He's not playing a big tough guy.
He's a tough guy, sort of, but not like a superhero. He's like,
well, he wasn't a superhero to begin with in Fast and Furious. I mean, he's kind of turned into that weirdly.
No, they killed like the love of his life or something. And
so it's like a Steven Seagal revenge movie.
No,
all
it's
right. not. Listen, I'm just going to accept the fact that you think it's good acting, and I'm going to believe you.
No, he's really good in it. He is really good in it. I'm sorry.
Is he good in Fast and Furious?
No.
Okay, then I'm just trying to create a baseline.
No, listen. No one is good in Fast and Furious.
That's not true.
No, Fast and Furious exists. It's its own little zeitgeist of like, this is a super entertaining movie that you have to suspend. It's you know what it's like? You know what it's like? Fast and Furious is the movie version of professional wrestling.
That's true. Yeah, I could accept that.
Okay? You know what? I'm okay with that. I love it. I will go watch them all day long because of how ridiculous and silly and insane they are. But it's nothing about it's award winning at all.
Yeah. I mean, I like the sidekicks more than I like the main characters.
Sure. Timothy Oliphant is in A Man Apart, by the way. And I know how much you love him.
He's good. I like Timothy Oliphant. Yeah. All right. Well, so I guess let's see what happens. The Rock, when he was doing the the things with Emily Blunt going around with Jungle Cruise. That was the last time we heard. You know, he basically, I think Emily Blunt even got in a dig on Vin Diesel, basically saying like, "Oh yeah, he really needs you," or something like that. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
And that was the kind of the last moment of the feud where he basically, oh, that's what it was. Vin Diesel said some stupid stuff, and then The Rock's like, "Yeah, good luck with 10. I won't be there."
Right.
That's what it was. Remember?
Yeah. So he signed the contract. He's gonna already be there, and this is Vin Diesel being Vin Diesel and getting it ahead of it and making it look like he is like boss man or something, and that he's in charge and he made it happen. So when they do announce it, all the regular people are gonna be like, "Oh, Vin Diesel, head of the household, getting out there, making it happen."
Well, I mean, does he got to say my little brother Dwayne? Can he just
So
say my?
silly.
Can you just say my brother Dwayne?
Yeah.
Like, why does it got to be little brother?
I'd be like, "Hey,
Like, that's a connotation.
Dwayne, my brother Dwayne, the time has come, brother. The world
Yeah.
awaits the finale of Fast 10. Will you join me as the amazing Hobbs, as only you can do it? Let me know, bro. I can't wait to work." Instead of this weird, manufactured, sort of like pseudo arrogant, pushing down.
Right.
It's so weird.
I mean, when we talk to him, I'm like, "Hey, little bro, how you doing, little bro?"
I mean, technically, you and I are actual brothers.
Yeah, and I don't call you little bro.
I am younger than
Or
you.
little brother.
And I'm slightly smaller than you. So,
Yeah.
Little brother, you can call me little brother you want. We are biological brothers. But you go to some dude you work with and you go, "Hey, what's up, little bro?" You guys are going to be like, "What the, man? What?"
I mean, but it's the context. So if I'm to you all the time, "Hey, little brother," it's like, you know, maybe it's sweet every once in a while to say it, but it's like at some point it becomes like, now, at what point are you just elevating yourself over me?
Yeah, like when the grown man calls you bud, like, "Hey, bud," like,
Oh yeah.
call me bud again, dude.
You know what I hate? I hate when I go through the Starbucks drive-through and the 17-year-old kid in there is like, "Hey, bro, hey, bud, what's going on?" And I'm like,
Oh man,
drives
when
me
I'm
crazy.
called bud by someone I've never met in my entire life, I don't know what it is. It
I
sparks like
know.
this rage. I'm like,
I agree. I'm the same way.
it feels like you're
It's weird.
obviously being a sarcastic D-bag. Like,
Right.
oh man, yeah. And it happened once at a drive-through. I was like,
Yeah.
so he said, I remember ordering it, and through the speaker I heard, "Okay, bud, drive on up." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I
That's
drove
the
up.
speaker.
I drove up, and I'm like, and I didn't turn the window on. I just slowly drove by. And I left.
You're like, "I'm
I
not
just
ordering
left.
food from you
I
guys.
slowly drove by with straight like this, like,
I'm not ordering food from somebody who calls me bro.
so that wasn't bro, it was bud. I
Oh,
don't
bud,
mind
that's
being
it.
called bro.
Bro,
Hey,
bro's
bro.
okay. But
Bro
bud,
is fine. It's a common sort of,
bud is short for buddy.
buddy is wrong too. Do not call me buddy. I'm not your buddy, pal.
I'm not your friend, guy.
Friend. I'm not your friend, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, pal, bud. Don't do that.
Oh,
Don't do
listen,
that. Oh, it bothers me. I'm getting heebie-jeebies.
If you also don't like to be called bud, like and subscribe to this. Subscribe to our channel and like this video right now. And if you want to hear more about the Vin Diesel, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson feud, I'm sure we'll be talking about it. So make sure you stay tuned till next time.
Yeah, real quick, right before we go here, okay? I want to show them something. My favorite of all the Vin Diesel memes right here.
That's wrong.
This
Hey,
is the greatest meme ever. Watching my Grubhub driver drop off my $30 meal from a fast food restaurant that's
Oh
literally
my
2 blocks
God,
away.
Jeez, bro. That is so wrong.
All right, guys, let us know in the comment section what you think below. Are you family? If you are, then hit that like button. Are you little brothers? Hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
All right, that clip has been wrapped up. Let's get to the next story, bro.
Wait, whoa, hold on a second.
What?
Jeremy has given us some information here.
Okay. What's up, babe?
400. Are you on the phone?
I'm in the middle of a show. I love you. Go ahead.
Jeremy says $425 a month talking about insurance. Holy crap, we're at around $131 a month. So yes, we need to live where Jeremy lives.
Yeah.
There's literally no benefit to
There's no
living here.
benefit to being here.
Yeah.
Like
What is it?
I'm pretty sure that internet is even faster in other places. Like Tennessee. Doesn't Tennessee have fiber?
Fiber optic?
Yeah, so for like $60 a month, you get 1,000 megs down, 1,000 megs up.
Dude, I was driving through Los Angeles last night and I was barely getting 4G on my phone.
I know.
Like what's going on?
Oh, Texas has more 5G. Ironically, Texas has more 5G towers than anywhere in the country.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm in like literally the biggest city in the country.
Yeah.
And I can't get 4G.
Yeah, we don't need to be here. We don't physically need to be here. So,
yeah, something to think about.
Yeah, something to think about.
You guys tell us, where do we need to move?
Plus, if we live closer to Jeremy, the food we would get to eat would just be, oh my God, it'd be so good.
I think my wife might want to move to like the Florida Panhandle though. After visiting Destin, I think she's like maybe there.
Okay, you ready? Ready for the next thing here?
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Popcast. We are talking about Ghostbusters Afterlife. The final trailer just broke out the proton packs and lit up the small screen in anticipation of an amazing opening week. And we're here to talk about it right now.
Yes, it's it's exciting because we know Ghostbusters comes out a week from, well, our live show
this Thursday.
So it comes out Friday, but you can see it as early as Thursday,
right? Which
we are going to see it Thursday, right? Are we doing the whole thing on this, the review and the whole nine?
I don't know.
All right, we'll have to think about it. But you can see it and we probably will see it. And are we excited about it is the question. I'm excited to get it. It looks as if we're going to be getting from the new trailer even more of the original cast than we might have once thought. What do you think?
Yes. All that. Yes.
Are we going to watch the trailer?
I'm just gonna put it on.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Ghostbusters Afterlife, of course, directed by Jason Reitman. Comes the next chapter of the original Ghostbusters universe. What we've seen up to this point has mostly been the new characters, the kids, a lot of Paul Rudd. It's shown us kind of very similar Ghostbusters icons like the Demon Dogs, Gargoyles, and Stay Puft Marshmallow Men.
Yes.
But the real question is how much are we going to get to see of Bill Murray or Dan Aykroyd is the real question. Are we going to get to see the original Ghostbusters very much in this movie? And I think this trailer has given us more. We know that they talked to Dan Aykroyd on the telephone when they call the Ghostbusters number, but that's all we've seen up to this point. But the new video gives us more information, right, Brian?
Yeah, it does. And I'm not gonna show the video. I'm just gonna sort of scan through because every single time we even have like 3 seconds of a trailer, it's like hit with like 15 claims from like
what's up with that? There used to be at least you could show something.
Yeah, I know, it's weird, and it's not even like one claim. It's like 5 companies just like claim the video instantly. And now we can dispute it one at a time, and we'll probably pass the dispute, but it's just not worth the time. Like, I can show you these pictures, right? And then you can go watch the trailer on your own. Now, those are the dogs we're talking about, but look at the steps.
Right. You're getting the same.
That's
pyramid.
the Gozer. That's the Gozer Palace or whatever. Remember?
Yes, you're definitely having the Egyptian. I think we also got an image of the new Slimer ghost, right?
Yeah.
Like the old Slimer ghost reimagined. Is that right?
Yeah. Let me find it real quick. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me just turn this. I'm gonna turn on like super slow playback. And then I'll just turn the audio off. Oh yeah, frame by frame. Let's analyze this sucker. Yeah.
You think that'll work?
Yeah, I think it'll work.
I'll be shocked if it actually works
Let me add
because
my
this is much easier.
I'm gonna add my picture to this too. Nope, that's your picture. Right.
Look at Paul Rudd in slow motion. Ooh. Look at you. You cut me in half. That was weird.
Jesus, this is not working.
Whoa.
I'm just gonna take there.
Ectoplasma.
Ectoplasma.
Okay, so let's talk about it.
Yeah. So there's the pyramid opening up, I think, right?
Yep.
Oh.
Now originally we saw that.
Oh, look at
pyramid.
that. That's huge.
You remember the first time we saw that pyramid? Where was it?
At the top of the building, right?
No, it was inside of a refrigerator.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That was that moment when they're walking in and Bill Murray's like, you get in front of me. And you get behind me.
Yeah, right.
That was great. All right, so anyways, that pyramid's a lot bigger than I remember though.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it makes sense. The scope, it needs to be bigger, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oops, my bad. Okay. Earthquakes.
Earthquakes.
Okay.
Part of the whole awakening.
I heard this guy is the guy from Stranger Things is barely in the movie.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yes. There's the demon.
Oh, there it
guy.
is. I'm the gatekeeper.
I am the gatekeeper.
I'm the keymaster.
Zool and
It was kind of dirty when you think about it, right?
It was awesome.
Gatekeeper and keymaster.
Yeah, loved it. Love it.
Rick Moranis trying to get with the Sigourney Weaver.
Freaking love it. Best. This kid too is super charismatic, so I hope that she's like a good actress.
There's a picture. There's Ernie Hudson.
He passed away, right?
Are we gonna have Ernie in the movie?
Oh, I don't. Is he still alive? I don't even know.
Yeah, I think Ernie Hudson's still alive. That's a terrible thing to say. Is Ernie still alive?
I haven't seen him in a long time.
Still alive. I'm typing it up. Is he still alive?
The Google search for that.
He is still alive, bro.
Oh, he's probably in the movie then.
Yeah, I mean he's not got anything else going on.
Yeah. How do they not have him in the movie? That's not. If Ernie Hudson's not in this movie, then they made massive mistakes in casting this movie.
Or Ernie Hudson's like, yeah, I just don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Huh. I love
how they blend up this. Stay Puft Marshmallow guy, and he smiles. Like they blend him up, and the smile sticks to the edge of the container.
Yeah, you know why
Like
they made the small version?
It's
Merchandising.
cheaper.
They're gonna sell so many
merchandising?
toys.
I mean, dude, Stay Puft's a staple. There's Slimer. Is it Slimer?
That's not the original Slimer though.
Are you sure?
No, that's like the one. That's like a new one. And it's like based on Jim Belushi's face.
Well, but I believe that's supposed to be the Slimer character, right?
Oh, maybe I don't know.
Wasn't the original Slimer based on John Belushi's face?
I think you're right. Yeah, my kids saw a trailer and like they instantly wanted a Stay Puft Marshmallow stuffed animal.
Why? I mean, they're cute, cuddly, and
Yeah.
plus they look tasty.
Oh, look at this.
You pop.
Oh, that's the dog, right? That's the dog coming out of there.
Yeah, looks like it.
To bust some ghosts. That's Slimer,
Oh, okay.
I think.
There we
I
go.
don't know.
Yeah.
I love the car. I'm afraid of no ghost. Dude, when I hear the car, that sound, dude, it's so
Yeah.
iconic, man.
It was, yeah. So what?
Look at that! Ah, those are adults.
Are they? Okay, so that's interesting because I believe there's a clip that says, "Did someone call Ghostbusters?" Right? Isn't that what the clip says?
We're going full speed. We're
How many
going
bodies
full
are there?
speed. Yeah, we're adding audio.
Is there 2 or 3 people? I can't see.
There are 3 people there, bro.
Is there? I can't
Yeah.
see the third hand.
Right?
So Ernie's back.
Hey, have you missed us?
That was Bill Murray's voice.
Yeah, we know it's Bill and Dan.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go back. Let's go back here. Yep. There's that's an
Okay, I see it over
African-American.
here. It's behind me, right?
Yeah. Yes, it's behind you. Oh yeah, they move you. Sorry. I'm
No, it's okay.
just gonna take you up. See that?
Yeah, there you go. Oh, okay, cool. So there's Ernie. Okay.
Yep.
So he's
Yep.
back.
Oh, all three are there. Have you missed us? And that's when it's like,
That's awesome. I mean, I gotta tell you,
Ghostbusters!
I'm getting chills just thinking about it right now.
I can't wait to see this movie. Jeez. Oh, it's gonna be so good. So good. Okay.
I'm excited.
All right. Take my face off there. Yeah, let us know. Are you guys excited about this movie, man? Are you guys ready to go? Huh? This
Yes.
Thursday? Because if you are, then and we are watching it, we might as well review this sucker. But we know that, you know, reviews haven't always been great. So we will do it. We will do it just for you. But you guys show up during the review. Show up and talk to with us about the movie, okay?
Yeah. Also, Paul Rudd was just sexiest man alive for
33 years.
People magazine. No, I mean, it's the first time he's gotten it.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, he got sexiest man alive.
he's a good-looking guy.
You didn't see that. I don't think we saw that coming. Paul Rudd, the pot smoking guy hanging out at the beach in his first movies, you know.
Anyways, let us know, guys, what you guys think about this, and come back for that review. Okay? We'll see you. We'll see you talking about Ghostbusters on Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow for the next clip.
Yes.
All right. What's next, bro?
Let's find out. We got some comments over here.